Hello. We were experiencing some technical difficulties. However, we got that sorted out, and we got Hazelness running Hollow Knight 106% trending for us. Hazelness, if you could explain to us what the run actually is about, that'd be great.
So yeah, the run includes collecting all of the items on patch 1221, which is an older version of the game. There are four main DLCs in the game. There is the first one, the second one, which don't add any percentage, but the second one adds 6%, which is the Grimtree DLC, which is the patch that we are playing on. 1.3 adds 1%, which is Hive Knight, and the final one is Pantheons, which is a huge DLC and it adds an extra 6%, totaling up to 112%. But we're playing on this patch specifically because it's the last patch of the Grim Troop DLC, so patch 1.2.2.1. And it has a bunch of speedrun skips that we do that is not possible on latest patch, so the runs look very different between 112 and 106%. This includes more glitchy type things, there are more broken stuff in this run. And yeah, I'm ready to begin my speedrun.
All right. Please give me a countdown whenever you are ready, and yeah, get started.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
And we're off.
So you play this game, Mark? You
I
know
have a
something
little
about
bit.
this game? Yeah, so to begin the run, we're going to do an inventory drop. We're going to pause to get early control, and we're going to drop into King's Pass, the beginning area of the game. It's pretty straightforward. There's not much going on here. Just don't have to get hit by anything on the way and not miss any jumps.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do a Vengefly Pogo skip here, which skips a bit of platforming.
Ah. So,
You can also see me sometimes hitting the nail on
uh,
like walls and stuff. That's to get a bit of a speed boost. Here we're going to do
gotcha.
a soft fall setup. Always a hard fall at the beginning of the run. Yeah, we're just going to get past King's Pass. We're going to do a little small trick here where we walk slightly forward to trigger a loading zone and then go back and collect a charm. That's actually, you can like kind of sequence break if you know the mechanics of the game. You can pogo off of like projectiles and spikes and stuff. That's what we're going to do here basically. To get
So,
a charm that we're going to use for just one boss. Optimally, you would use it for multiple bosses, but since it avoids having to go down to 1 HP, we're going to only be using it for the first boss, which is consistent. We're also going to be breaking that Geo Rock because we need money to unlock the first stack station.
by the way, what I understand about this run is the beginning is very standard, but it gets pretty crazy later down the line, right?
Yeah, the beginning is pretty straightforward. It actually follows a very like optimal route, I guess you could say. Like how
Mm,
the game devs intended the route to be. Like this is a very similar path to how it begins to run. But then it
gotcha.
starts to like, and then we quickly start to focus more on like end game stuff to get end game items and unlock end game stuff to speed up the process of collecting like much more simpler things.
Mm,
So yeah, here you saw me, I did a bit of an early control. You can get early control by just opening up the menu, basically. And we do that quite a bit during loading zones. And using other methods as well. You're gonna kill this guy to get more money. We need 50, leaving the Aspid Arena. The lowest we can do is 47. Even Aspid Arena, you can kill an enemy on the way, but ultimately you want 50. You're gonna do an inventory drop. Yeah, the on-caps are full speed, so we fall much faster than intended. We're gonna do a trick here where we're gonna be using a projectile that is we can use against these guys. So we're gonna kill this guy, stand on this bottom plat, and use it to swing it
nice.
on those two guys.
They look
That's
clean.
actually a very difficult trick. I do the hardest version of that skip. A lot of people go at the top because it's a bit easier and consistent, but I made it consistent doing the harder strat, and it saves time on average.
Mm,
And it's much more consistent because it involves reacting to enemies instead of predicting when they're gonna spawn. So I have 52, so we don't have to worry about killing anything on the way, which is nice. Yeah, beginning of this run is very basic and straightforward. It's not that interesting. The movement in this game at the beginning is extremely boring, but once we get the first couple of movement abilities, it starts to really open up. You're gonna be needing this for later.
that for the uninformed is like a fast travel system, I believe.
Yeah, it's called the stack stations. Yeah, we need it to do some fast travel stuff. It helps to avoid backtracking and many other reasons. So here I put on Fury, so I'm gonna be taking some purpose damage boost here to get to 1 HP. So we only need one more hit on the way. And usually I'll take the hit somewhere in the arena. So here we're coming up to the first boss of the game. It's a pretty nice position for him. I can just jump right on him.
Yeah, you can see like the red overlay, and I believe that's just boosted damage, right?
Yeah, it boosts your damage by like 75%, I think. So
Dang.
it almost doubles our damage output. And a damage output is so fast we can actually stagger him before he can even do an attack, basically.
That's funny.
Which is what we're doing, yeah. So usually he does like a little bit of a barrage there, but with his hammer, but we can just kill him before he does that. Yeah, that's the first boss of the game. It's pretty fast with this slowdown. In other categories where you kill him, like Sure Ending, where it's actually faster to not get this charm, it's only faster to get this charm in this category because you use it for multiple bosses, while in Sure Ending you don't do that. So it's faster for this version, but we're only going to be using it for that boss because that's the only consistent boss to do it with. The other bosses are a bit trickier to use Fury with. There's much more RNG to them and variations. That one is very straightforward. There's only like 2 attacks you can do at the beginning. You can either jump right backwards or jump towards you. And you can react based on what he does. And besides that, the rest of the thing is consistent. Here we're going to be collecting our first spell, the Vengeful Spirit.
Oops, it looks like... Did you take a screenshot?
No, I just moved my mouse, I think, and then it shows like it's connected or something. I'm not sure what that was. Anyways, here we are in Dirtmouth. We're going to be collecting our second charm here. There's more like an introduction type area to the first ability we get, which is the Vengeful Spirit, so not much going on here. We're going to have to kill 2 boulders. This is the first one. Boulders are a bit annoying. They are RNG dependent. They have a 50% chance of either spitting a baby at you or spitting nothing at you. And you want them to spit a baby because you need to shoot it 4 times with your Vengeful Spirit to kill it. And we can only hold up to 3 Vengeful Spirit casts at a time. And we got 1, so that's the fastest you can get.
Nice.
And then here we're collecting our second charm, Soul Catcher. Now ultimately, in the speedruns you would overcharm here, but since I'm not going to be using Fury, I'm going to unequip that and then just put on that instead. It's going to make the early game much easier and a bit less stressful, since we cannot reset the run. And now we just left Mound and we can go straight to Green Path. Try to progress as fast as we can through the game. Here we need 5 hits. Oh, there's a lot of hits here. Usually you don't need that many hits. You need about 6 out of 9. For your soul, we got like 7 or 8. And here I walked off the screen. If you walk off the screen and then shoot a Vengeful Spirit, the game thinks like it's still loading like the Vengeful Spirit cast, and it calls it to like multi-hit and like store the Vengeful Spirit at like the enemy so we can kill it with just 1 cast.
That's cool.
And it allows us to save another cast and then allows us to do a small little skip that saves about 2 seconds. Which are called fireball skips. And we're going to be doing 3 of them while we're trying to get to Hornet. You have any questions, Mark?
Not really. I'm just like enjoying the ride so far. I think you're very good at explaining at the moment. You're very good at explaining.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Because...
this is a much more chill part of the run, so it's much easier to explain everything here. It's not very any intense inputs here. It's kind of just walking in one direction, not missing any jumps.
Yeah.
Grabbing
Also,
soul on the way. I did another huge fireball skip there. That's the biggest one. It basically skips like a ton of rooms. We can just follow this more straightforward fast path towards Hornet. You're going to be doing another one.
Also, I was just going to say, you are a very good runner, right? Like, you've been holding the world record for like, how long actually?
I think almost 2 years.
2 years, and how ahead of second place are you?
Like 3 minutes.
Dang, in the
category.
Yeah, in the 2-hour long category in our IGT, that is pretty huge.
Yeah, it's pretty I would say I optimized this category fairly well. I didn't make too many mistakes in my world record run. Most of the run was very clean, especially for a long category where it's very common to make mistakes. It's very hard to not make mistakes for such a long period of time. So far, based on the run I'm at right now, I made almost no mistakes right now. There hasn't been any sort of misinputs or anything like that. It's been a very good run so far. No mistakes, basically. Is here we're going to be collecting a grub. We need to collect 46 grubs to get the final charm, Butterfly's Elegy, which we need for the 100%. So here's the first one we collect. It's in green path. We need to save 46 of them, and that's the first one. We're going to kill that guy for soul and money, and then we're going to go to Hornet.
The second boss battle of this run.
I guess, yeah, the second intended boss. There's a few other bosses you can do early on, but it's much slower to do them early. So we just do Hornet first because it unlocks Dash, and Dash makes us move. Oh, she's doing a bit of a weird pattern. Not allowing me to get any double hits. Yeah, no double hits. That's a good attack because you can just stack damage on her because she's stationary. We're gonna collect Dash. So we can dash, and it lets us move much faster and allows us to unlock more of the map, basically. Going to be needing to progress in the run.
Oh yeah, also, could you explain why we're running the game in Chinese?
Oh yeah, that's basically to just skip through dialogue faster. There's less characters in Chinese, they're much bigger characters, and it allows us to skip through text very quickly compared to English. It's much faster. Just did an inventory drop to drop down faster. Another thing about inventory drops is that it allows us to cancel our dash. So like if we dash and then do an inventory drop in the middle of the dash, we can like kill the dash up and just fall down faster even. It's really nice to like cut movement down a bit faster like that. We're gonna go into Fungal Waste now. We're doing 2 big inventory drops there. And falling down to collect our first charm notch. We need charm notches because we want to equip as many powerful charms as we can. So we're gonna get this one early on. Got a little damage boost there. So these guys are pretty straightforward. Gonna collect the charm notch here. And make our way as fast as possible to Mantis Claw, which is the war charm. It's the most important movement ability in the game. You need this ability to beat the game and unlock everything. So gonna go there now. This mostly just involves falling down quite a lot. It's pretty straightforward movement. This room is just one large room. There's a character that spawns there called Cloth, and it like unlocks like this little side thing, but we don't need that for this for the 106%, so we're not gonna do it. Here we're going to be doing a pretty big skip here. It's called Explosion Pogo or E-Pogo. Allows us to get to Mantis Village much faster. Like that. Then we get here, and then right here is going to be the Mantis Village. We spawn right next to the lava as well. So we can kill this guy. Pogo off of this guy and make it straight to the Mantis Claw. We're going to be also doing an early control here, so we can. It will look really cool. So grab it, and whilst like it shows us the prompt for the ability, we are already like leaving the room basically.
Oh wow. It's like well, I can't make that reference actually. I was about to say menu glitch in Hollow Knight, but no one will really get that.
Yeah, it's not exactly the same because it doesn't involve the menu, but yeah, it's pretty close. It has a similar type of way of working. Here we're going to collect the second grub. Need to kill these guys because they're just way too annoying. Another really cool movement ability you see me doing is once I'm like close to a wall, I'm going to be like up slashing the wall, which basically allows us to like not grab the wall whilst we're falling down, which allows us to cut corners as tight as possible, basically saving small amounts of time. You do it everywhere throughout the run. It's very useful movement ability. Now we're going to make it to the main gate, which unlocks basically the main area of the game, which is City of Tears. Lots of important things here. You're gonna see me doing some very cool walking storages, some really huge ones. I'm gonna be like walking storaging across the city basically. It looks really cool. Be able to pull it off. And yeah, right now we're just trying to get ourselves to get dive, another movement ability we're gonna be needing to get into Crystal Peace. So we're just trying to progress as fast as we can basically. While collecting as much percentage as we can. So you saw me do a cool walking storage there. You know, this one is much bigger. Oops. Messed up that part a bit at the end, but still got the pogo off.
Yeah, that guy missed. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. Those guys are really good at missing for some reason when you're on top of that. We have to go sell a relic here because we're gonna be buying another stack station and a bench so we can save and quit to it later. So have to sell one of those for money. Now we're gonna go into a really big RNG section of the run, which is Soul Sanctum. A lot of runs die here because the enemy positions are unpredictable and random, so it's pretty rough, but see how they treat me today. I skipped that grub there, we're gonna collect it later as we go down to raw waterways, so it's fine. Nice, we got a double there, and we got a lot of money, which is good. That was really fast there. We're going that. Lever. Another thing you saw me do there is called lever skips. You can just hit levers through walls for some reason on this patch. And this patch specifically, no other patch has these sort of properties. Only
Really?
this one. Yeah. So you can just hit levers through walls. Oh, there. Oh, I was about to say they were like almost perfect rune there, but one had to spawn right at my hitbox. This is called Hell Rune because there's like 10 of these guys, but they were really nice. None of them spawned in my way. Gonna be killing those guys so I don't get hit. Yeah, that's really good, honestly.
Yeah, that looked really clean.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a cool damage boost. It's like a sort of early control type of method we can do here. It involves counting your nail hits for free, jump into the spikes.
Oh. Yeah, I was able to see that you were like still in animation but still moving.
Yeah. That's like a side thing that happens whenever you do an early control in this game. He did a really awkward thing though, he just like kind of lingers there. That was good. I'm gonna heal up because I don't want to die.
And I remember there's a soft lock, potential soft lock here, right? Like after
Yeah,
this section.
no, this is for the second version, the dream version of the boss.
Ah.
Here you can't really soft lock, at least I never soft locked here.
Gotcha.
You can do like maybe like a glitch by accident where you like Vengeful Spirit right as the floor breaks and you can like get like some fluid properties. And that's the boss. That was a really good fight without Fury, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah, this one's going really well. I don't know what's happening. I haven't made any mistakes.
That's the marathon love kicking in.
Yeah. So right if I can check my splits. Oh, they don't even work properly. That's great. That doesn't matter. It's okay. Anyways, now we collect the Vengeful Spirit. I mean, sorry, that's the dive. Not the beginning of the game anymore.
Yeah, Desolate Dive.
And here
right?
we're gonna... Yeah, this is Desolate Dive. So now we're gonna go get a Geo Chest, more money that we will be needing. Right here. We're going for a trick called Fake Dive, and it's really annoying. It's basically a coin flip strat. So we'll see how it decides to treat me. If it doesn't work, then I can get the grub later in the run. But when we come back here to fight the dream version, probably the worst boss in the game, by the way. Okay, it didn't work there. Yeah, it didn't work. So that's about a 10-second time loss.
Oh.
It's okay. I'll come back after it. I defeat Soul Tyrant. You have to remind me.
Okay. After Soul Tyrant? Gotcha.
Yeah. Usually I will never forget, but just in case. That's why I get carried away or something. Now we're just gonna be. Oh wow, that's a mean spawn. You see that? It just spawns right.
Yeah, you just spawn on your
This only
hitbox.
happens. Yeah, this only happens on all the patches where the programming isn't very fair. They can just spawn inside of you when they feel like it. Like that.
Damn.
Damn, they were really mean. They were very nice to me getting to the fight, but very mean leaving the area. So let me do one of those up slash things to not grab the wall. It's fine, it's okay if I'm on 1 HP here because my Vengeful Spirit missed. That's weird. That usually doesn't happen. You can use your spells to break walls instantly, but it didn't break it that time. I don't know why, maybe I was just too early. That's okay. Oh wait, no, I don't have to unequip Fury, so I just equip those two charms. They're both soul-based charms, which means that when I hit something, I get more soul, and then Spell Twister allows me to cast spells without using as much soul. So they both work very well together. Very good build. It's gonna help us manage soul throughout the next. This section is really long. Without I can't take any benches or anything for about 10 minutes from now on. I actually got a bit of an early control though. Interesting. But I fell down. It's okay, I know this room fairly well, so I could just recover that. And here's our stag station right here. That key that we collected, where I got the early control, is for Royal Waterways. We're going to be needing it to get the most broken charm in the game, and you saw me wiggle a lot of times while opening up the stag station. That is, it allows the bell to spawn faster, which allows us to spawn the stag, pump faster, basically. We do it whenever we... Oh, we're not meant to. Okay, that's fine. I can just recover that, it's okay.
Okay, what happened exactly?
I benched at the wrong time there. So what that means is I'm not actually supposed to bench there at all. I just had muscle memory because I was practicing the later part when we come back here to get Glowing Women Fairwatch Champion. So yeah, the muscle memory kind of took over. So we're not actually meant to do that at this point in the run, so which means that we have to manually just go to Sanctum again, which is fine. I know the movement back there is not going to be a huge time loss, but it is a time loss. So I hope I collected that grub. It's a bit weird. Gonna be breaking this, inventory dropping, up slashing, and we had Crystal Peaks. Very platformer heavy section of the run.
Nice. I mean, nice to be getting to the area.
Yeah. Basically just involves climbing a peak. That's like the name, Crystal Peaks. So we're gonna climb to the peak of this area to get the abilities. I mean, I did a Pog Axe. It involves manipulating an enemy to throwing an axe at you to Pog it off of it to skip a bit of platforming there. And we did a damage boost to get early control. And same with levels, we can hit things through walls. You can also hit grubs through walls, which we did quite a lot so far. Oops. I think got a very nice cycle here. I messed up, but it gives me the easy cycle. It only loses about a second to the fast cycle that we go for and run. Here you can poke off of stuff to do a little bit of a sequence break. You're intended to have Monarch Wings here, the double jump to get that, but we can just use platforming, poking abilities to just get that early in the run. And we're also going to be grabbing this. It allows us to buy a key from the Sly guy, which allows us to get Shade Soul, which is basically the most powerful spell in the game. Paired with Fluke Nest and Shaman Stone, the two most powerful charms in the game, you can basically destroy any boss in a matter of seconds. So you definitely need to collect that. You need to hit those levels because we're going to be having to coming back here to get a few more endgame items. And now we are at the ability room. This is where Crystal Heart is. Going to do a cool little skip here. Saves no time, but it's pretty cool. Here's going to be a bit of a platforming section, but since we manipulated the cycle of this room, or that we know the cycle of this room, we can just dash through all of it basically without having to ever wait for anything. Here is Crystal Heart. Very important ability, allows us to just travel faster basically.
Yeah, I remember this the super dash or something?
It's called Crystal Dash.
Yeah.
Crystal Heart. We just call it C dash or super dash. Anything really works here. 2, 3. Here's our upper grub going to be saving here.
Nice.
Yep. Going to be doing a cool room here. This involves crushes, the more harder parts of Crystal Peaks. Gonna try getting a cycle here. Nice, we got the faster cycle though.
Good, good. Alright, oh, by the way, looking at these grubs, that reminds me, grub of the Soul Tyrant, just in case.
Yeah. Also, as you can see, I can't really see anything. You have to memorize this room.
Ah.
So that's what I did. And you're meant to have lantern at this point to unlock this area, but if you can just memorize how the rooms is laid out, you can just skip that.
Mhm.
Your inventory drop, and here is going to be the upgraded version of our Tesla dive that we just got from Soul Sanctum. Bit of platforming here. That's another grub. And here's the upgrade. We have to free our shaman from this crystal thing. Crystal capsule, I'm not sure what it is, but anyways, here is Descending Dark, the upgraded version. This is also very powerful. We're going to be using this. It gives us a ton of iframes and it's very useful. Some of the highest DPS in the game, if you're able to get all 3 ticks. The way the spell works, it works by ticks, and there's 3 ticks that work. There's like the main one, and there's like 2 on the sides. If you can land all 3 of those on a boss, then you do 120 damage, which is a lot of damage.
Mm.
Our Shade Soul that we're gonna get does 40 damage per single hit.
Huh.
And you can get 80 damage if you get double hit. So this is basically gives us like triple hits worth of damage.
Damn.
But it does take
Pretty
longer
good.
to trigger, and it's much harder to land, basically. You're basically never going to get the full tick, so you're usually going to get 2. And here we're going to collect the Dream Knell. You need this item to unlock everything and beat the game, because you need to defeat all 3 of the Dreamers, and the only way to access them is by getting the Dream Knell, which is what we're doing right now.
Mhm.
It's a bit of a platforming section. It's not very difficult or anything, but you can just use our Crystal Heart that we just collected and see dash on top of this little house. Kind of skip everything almost. Besides this ending, we have to cancel it and do the normal platforming. And this unlocks us the Seer, which allows us to give us rewards based on what we have done or like the assets that we have collected. It unlocks a completely different currency in the game. So there's Geo, the main currency that we need to buy stuff, and there's also Essence, which we need to get some specific abilities. And you can also do an early control. You can also trigger early control by not just pausing, but also just using your abilities, basically. For example, with the Crystal Heart here. You're going to be needing to get that. Oh, that was a crazy inventory drop. I cancelled that like perfectly. So we have to go down here. We're going to be collecting a pretty beefy charm, but we're not going to be using it because it's too expensive right now. It costs 4 charm notches. We only have 4 at this current moment.
What does the charm do,
We
by
are
the
going to be
way?
collecting it early. What do you say?
What does the charm do, exactly? That we're about to
Oh,
collect?
it's basically Soul Catcher, but like double.
Ah, soul... Wait, what was it called again? I actually remember this charm. Something like...
Soul Catcher. So when you hit an enemy, you get more soul out of them. But Soul Eater, the charm that we just collected, basically does that even better. You're going to be using it in Coliseums where we need soul
Gotcha,
to
gotcha.
kill the enemies as fast as we can. This is a pretty simple section here. We're going to be hitting a lever. So right now we're just trying to get the... We're going to try and buy Shaman Stone now. On the way, you're going to be hitting this lever, so we can go down here earlier without having to go through that section again. Saves time a bit later. And this is the Blue Lake. The reason why the City of Tears like constantly rains is because of this Blue Lake that's under, like above the city. Always causes it to rain, basically. That's kind of the law.
Oh,
Why
that's
it's always
cool.
raining there.
But what if the lake drains?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And here's the Charm Lodge. Now we have five. Now we have 5 Charm Lodges, which allows us to equip Fluke Nest and Shaman Stone. Oops. Need to see that though. And then here is going to be Sly. He's the shopkeeper. Allows us to buy a bunch of stuff, and we needed to buy everything, all the percentages in the runs, like mass shards, charms, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Now we're just making our way back to our station while also collecting the rest of the grubs in the beginning area of the game, which is crossroads. There's a little bit of a damage boost that saves a bit of time once you're right at the beginning of the room. Now, I did accidentally bench, so I can't just save and quit straight to Sanctum or next to Sanctum, so I have to go there manually, which is not great. Loses about, I would say it saves about, loses about 30 seconds, 40 seconds, I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Actually, in the 112% speedrun, you actually like bench here on purpose. You actually go all the way back the normal way.
Huh.
What am I just about to do right now? And that is basically mainly to save money, because the money is more tight in that category. So they can't afford that bench at the beginning, so they can skip them. But here we're just gonna get the key. And usually you would save and cook here and go straight to Sanctum, but we will have to be going there manually. Loses a bit of time for this category. It's not the worst thing. But we have to bench at the station though, or
Mhm.
next to Sanctum. So we're gonna be saving quitting after Tyrant. I think the inventory drop is, I'm not sure that, yeah, okay, thank God I did not inventory drop there. So I would have hit the spikes though. C-dash helps, makes this much faster.
Yeah.
Just C-dash across instead of dashing. And here we're going to be putting on Shaman Stone, basically the best charm in the game. You're going to get Shade Soul now. Usually want to just try and dive on top of him. I don't think that was a full tick. Whoa, okay. That was a really good kill.
Huh.
I got 2 doubles at the end. Okay, so my Desolate Dives or Descending Darks didn't hit super well, but I got 2 doubles at the end of that fight, so I made it much faster. The reason why we don't finish him off with D-Dock is because the hitbox of Descending Dark is gigantic, and it can kill the follies that we need to use to do the early control. This early control saves like 10 seconds, it's very important we hit it.
So
So yeah,
that
that's why you
little
finish it off with...
guy that like hit you at the end makes you like try like move earlier than like the game intends you to. Is that correct?
Yeah. You normally when you collect the item, it like you're basically stationary and it gives you like the prompt. It's same with like every ability you get in the game.
Mhm.
Like with the Mantis Claw. I did a similar thing with the Mantis Claw where I just used an enemy to like be able to move while the prompt is like active. Usually when you get a prompt like that, you're forced to like watch it for like 10 seconds. So whenever we can just early control out of it, that's when we do it.
Yeah, this is where we
Which is
fight
what I
Soul
did with the
Tyrant
shape.
and get the grub
Yeah.
afterwards. Gotta remind you that.
Yeah, this is probably the worst or the most RNG boss in the run. This boss is extremely annoying. You can lose upwards of 20 seconds compared to a good fight. And he's doing a pretty bad beginning. That's much better. Yeah. Diving a lot. Usually dives can be good to like reset the pattern, but it's not good whenever you just like restart straight away. That was a good spawn. That was not. Okay. Okay, that was a good finish. If you stagger him right at the top of those spikes, you can actually hit him into the spikes and get even more damage. It can be extremely powerful for the first version of this fight, but for the second version that we're doing right now, it doesn't matter that much because we have Shade Soul, which does a bunch of damage anyways.
Gotcha.
And here we can do a bit of that D-Dog, but since he did a really late spawn, we only can use like one of them. Depending on how early he spawns, that's how many D-Dogs you have to do. If he does like a super early one, you only have to do 3 D-Dogs, but if he does a super late one like that, you can only do like 1. And then it's faster to just finish him off with a Shade Soul, because you can cast Shade Soul much faster than D-Dogs. And then here we're going to be collecting the grub. You have full health. I didn't get hit a single time during that fight, so there's
Nice.
like no way we can die here. Then here's the grub.
Nice.
Even later.
Bit of
And that's
backtracking, but
basically the early game done. It's the
hmm.
early game right there.
Yeah, so we're going to say a bit of backtracking, but every Metroidvania has that.
Yeah. For this one, you have to backtrack to like every area basically, because you can't get everything straight away. You have to unlock the abilities
Yeah.
to access the areas. Smaller arena. We do this mainly for Geo. It's probably faster to actually skip the arena. You can just go around it, but we do it for the Geo mainly. Money's important in this category as well. Since it's a 100% category, you need to buy everything. So here we're gonna sell more to learn. We're gonna be needing this money to unlock a bunch of stag stations and stuff throughout the process of collecting the rest of these items. More of like, this is starting to enter more of like mid-game, end-game type of areas, I guess. This area here that we're entering is more mid-game.
Mhm.
So you have to go here to get some items. Mainly the most broken one, which is Fluke Nest. Oops. Messed up my nail thing though. And you do need Descending Dark to unlock this guy, so that's why we got it early. I missed that. I agree with that too much, it's okay. This room is kind of insane. There's a bunch of enemies that try and kill you here. As you can see, it's just surrounded by these guys.
Yeah.
But if you're good at the game, you can kind of... I need to get more hits here. I need to have some soul for this guy. I need 5 hits, but now I have 4. And you can just dive on top of him. This is like a later patch exclusive thing, or like 1T1 exclusive thing.
Huh.
The hitbox is really weird there. So you can just dive on top of it, and it just keeps like your Descending Dark going and going. So you're getting the like 120 ticks like consistently for like many times, which is what I just did. Which
That's
is why I
really
killed it in like
cool.
a few seconds. Yeah, it's exploring like the janky hitbox on that boss. And he's gonna go collect 2 items here. There's a grub down here. Gonna save before continuing. Oops, that C dash is really low. Nice, I got good RNG there. Sometimes those guys can spawn like right next to the water and then hit you out of your C dash. Just some time. Here goes good spawn. Here's the mash shot. And you can save and quit out of mash shots to skip some of its animation as well. Faster. And now we're going to be equipping the most powerful charm in the game, or the most broken one. Fluke Nest right here. We're going to make our way to the main boss of this area, which is the Dunk Defender. He has a bunch of health, but with this loadout that we have, we're going to kill it in a few, maybe like 15 seconds or something, depending on the quick roll.
Would a
I got hit by
normal...
that guy that's...
Uh,
What do you say?
I was gonna ask, how long would a normal fight with Dung Defender take? Compared to like the 15
Normal, like,
seconds you just
casual
said.
fight, like minutes.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, the flukes do like 120 damage, but they have the speed of Shade Soul. So it's basically Descending Dark, but 100% consistent and faster. So we can just do that to bosses. So here we go. I've saved some soul there because we want to save it to get this item to sell later. One of those idols is worth 800, which is really powerful. So we're going to be collecting a bunch of these throughout the run. They're going to do a pretty difficult skip. It's called Spike Tunnel. It's really tricky. That's like probably one of the more scariest sections of the run, I'll say. This entire section is extremely dangerous.
That's an acid skip, right?
Yeah. You have to do 3 of them.
Oh my god, you're
gonna
touching
go
with
here.
the acid.
Yeah. You have to be very careful in this section. I want to hit those guys out of the way so you can get a much cleaner exit, hopefully.
So what is this thing you just got?
This is called Isthmus Tier. It allows us to swim in the acid that we just skipped, basically. So now we can touch the acid. Like
Nice.
that. Yeah, we do need it. It is a percent that as itself. It's not, you don't need this item, but it does help to collecting a few items like Shape of Phone. Probably the least important movement ability in the game, but yeah, have to collect it because it's a percent. So that's why we collect it. If it's not percent, you probably wouldn't have to collect it at all. But now we're going into a much more endgame area. This is the Ancient Basin. This is where we get a double jump.
The Monarch Wings, I actually really like that ability in my playthrough.
Yeah, it's very. You can do some extremely cool movement stuff with them. You can do double jumps. It's really cool. You can get really creative with it. There's a like movement tech called Insta Wings. So if you're really good, if you can like press the double jump button at like frame to frame perfect intervals, you can like grab a wall but then jump like instantly off of it using just Monarch Wings, which is much faster. If you watch somebody like climb up a huge wall in this game with the Insta Wings, it looks really cool. It doesn't save that much time, but it just looks really cool basically. And it is a bit faster, but for this category, you don't need Insta Wings at all. It's more of like an IO kind of thing. Got really good RNG on this, guys. None of them spat in my face, so yeah, we can just. Oh, I got the walking storage. Do you see that?
I did see that, yeah. I was about to comment on that and ask if that was intentional.
You can. There is a setup for it, but it's basically like frame perfect, kind of. You kind of have to like line yourself up perfectly with the wall, which you can do sometimes by accident. Which is what I just did by accident.
Or
yeah,
you can kill these
you can,
guys to like
yeah,
speed up the
Make it faster.
process.
yeah. Oh, mess up the beginning cast. That's okay. We just have to do this. Okay, that's fine. I did a bit too much damage to them. I should have saved myself with his dream version, which is we're gonna do just now. Probably one of my favorite bosses to do, honestly, in this run. It's so cool. Because we kind of get to bully him in the corner almost. Depending on like how big his jumps are, basically, but. Yes, here he is. And that's where the bullying begins.
Oh no.
Oh, he dashed away from the corner. It's fine.
Oh no.
I'll pogo you to another corner. And that's the fight.
Dang. What a
That's like
sad
one of
sight
the
to see.
hardest bosses in the game. And yeah, you can just destroy him with the slowdown. Which is why we try and get all of these charms like as early as possible. It's just so we can do that. All of the bosses, basically. But there are actually a few bosses that are actually immune to this kind of exploit that we're doing, which is the boss coming up called Fail Champion and the Crystal Guardians. Something just wrong with the hitbox, basically just cannot damage them using this loadout. So we're gonna have to switch up the jumps, basically. And here's Monarch Wings, double jump. Really cool movement ability. You do a save and quit, so you can spawn straight to the bench. But before we leave this area, we basically collected everything we needed, but before we go, we just have to collect the grub that's around here before we leave. Which you need Monarch Wings to collect, which is why I didn't collect it earlier. Have to backtrack. You know, the usual Metroidvania things. Oh. Wait. Wings kind of broke though. Okay, that was weird. Okay, that was a good backup though. And that's the grub. And now we have to switch our charms because Fail Champion is immune to our little exploit, so we have to put on Spell Twister, which will help us for a charm that we're going to collect on the way to Fail Champion, actually. So it's kind of a win-win in our situation here. And here we're just going to unlock the hidden station. That's why we sold all those relics. We have to buy a bunch of benches and stations. Help us like backtrack much faster. I'm gonna do the little wiggle toll thingy to spawn the bell instantly. Usually you have to wait like a couple seconds for the bell to open up, but that just opens up immediately. Okay, now this is where you're supposed to bench. This is what I did by accidentally earlier. So here's where you're meant to bench at this stage of the run. You're gonna be getting glowing room. It's a cool little arena you can do. You have to do to collect the charm. You see this Monarch Wings movement comes in very handy for this section.
Yeah.
Climb yourself up very quickly. Oops. Okay. And that's the arena. We need to get about 8 hits of soul here, which we got 4 because the spread was pretty good on those guys. That's basically completely RNG, so they were in a pretty nice positions right there. Here we're gonna go fight Fail Champion. This is the dream version of... What are you doing? I'm just gonna kill you. You're annoying. Oh wait, I can't showcase the thingy. Okay, wait a second. I need to get some soul. This is slower, but I just want to showcase the 4 dives you can do on this fight. Spell Twister, normally you can only cast 3 Descending Darks, but with Spell Twister you can cast 4 with full soul, which is what I'm going to do for this fight. There's one. Also, it's very easy to get the 4 ticks on this guy because his hitbox is gigantic. And yeah, he's dead right there.
Dang. That's cool.
I'm gonna be doing a cool little sneaky dream nail there. And here we're gonna get triple hits, which allows us to do that to him. Do another section. It's kind of similar to what we did with the Fury version of this fight, for the non-dream version. Kind of kill him before he can attack, basically. Pretty common theme with this guy. And yeah, we're basically done with like the hard section of the run, basically. This is where all of the hard bosses are almost. Besides endgame, obviously. And then this entire like mid-game section just involves collecting a bunch of items. So yeah. Besides like the small route mistake, this has been not that bad at all.
Huh.
I'm just gonna go save and quit there. We're gonna go talk to Tia now. Because we killed like the main 3 dream bosses, so now we can go talk to Sia. She's gonna give us a bunch of money and stuff. And give us a very important ability called the Dream Gate, which is basically allows us to set little save points in the map, which allows us to avoid backtracking significantly, which we're gonna be using a lot from now on. Because why we killed all of these dream bosses early is just so we can collect this one item early, so we can avoid backtracking. It involves just a bunch of dialogue matching, basically. Okay, it can give you relics, open up doors, give you charms, Hail Lore, which allows us to upgrade a nail. There's a specific reason why we're not upgrading our nail early. You'll think it's faster, since it gives you more damage, but it actually affects the health of certain bosses. And since most of our damage comes from spells, we don't really care that much about nail damage in the first place, because our main DPS is spells. We care about more soul-based charms. They'll actually benefit us to cast more spells, because that's where the damage is so drastic. And it also helps us keep the health of those other bosses very low, which basically allows us to kill it even faster. Which is why we are saving the nail upgrades until we basically killed every boss that gets affected by it. So you're gonna get our first nail upgrade around an hour 40 minutes into the run. So close to the end, actually. I have to do a bench here. And we're gonna go backtracking all the way back to cliffs. This is like more like, this is where basically all the backtracking starts to begin in the run. But we're going here specifically early to collect a few items, mainly the DLC for this patch, which is the Grim Troop. You unlock it in this area, and we want to unlock it very early on for a specific reason. I'll explain later. It also allows us to unlock Cyclone Slash, which helps us gather soul very quickly. It's very useful. Also, it also allows us to mimic the ability of inventory drops. We can like fall down faster if you don't hit it. So it's pretty cool ability. Kind of does like two things at once, basically.
Mhm.
So we want to collect this early on, which is right here. And get our first nail art. There's 3 nail arts in this run, or in this game. And once you collect all 3 of them, you can go talk to Sly, and he'll give you a very special charm, which is, by the way, my favorite charm in the game, called Nail Master's Glory.
Mhm.
Basically allows us to do all of these nail arts at like twice as fast, basically.
Oh.
So usually you have to charge these up to do them, but with Nail Master's Glory, you can do them instantly. But we need to get all of the nail arts first to do that. So that's one of them. Gonna go kill Gorp here. This one's pretty laughable. This is one of the bosses that gets affected by nail damage. Since our nail is 0 and we have very high DPS, we can kill it in 2 hits, basically.
Hmm.
Here's that Cyclone Slash ability that I used. See how you can like fall down faster. You can also do early control type stuff like that.
Oh my.
You can move. Yeah, you can move while having prompts. Now we're gonna go back and get the Gorb Essence. Right here. You can do Dream Nail early controls. If you just stand still and buffer your Dream Nail, you can just like get early access. Again, skipping the prompt. For the Essence collection, saves time. Here's gonna be setting a Dream Gate, because we don't want to backtrack. We're gonna go here for just a charm, basically. This is one of the Dark Rooms. You have to memorize. This is a pretty big one. You have to memorize everything here. Oops, enemy was on a bad spot. Why did I get 2 bad spawns of those guys? It's annoying. It's okay. It's a good backup. You can do another Cyclone Slash, or Cyclone Drop, I should say. And here's the charm, and here we're going to be Dream Gating back to our little save point that we put down there. Helps us avoid climbing all the way up to that room and going through that room again, which is hell. Which is why it's really useful. Allows us to go straight down and here and unlocking the DLC. So where the DLC is. It's like to go down these like hidden pathways.
Mhm.
To trigger it, you have to Dream Nail this puppet. Then... Oh, I missed the thing. And then you have to open up that lantern, which triggers the spawn or the existence of the DLC, basically. Which we're going to be collecting right after. We did a Cyclone Slash on the lantern thing, because if you kill it, or like if you finish off the lantern with a Cyclone Slash, it allows you to get early control. There's a huge like cutscene that plays around whenever you hit it normally, but with Cyclone Slash you can skip all of that.
Gotcha.
It saves like 10 seconds. There's another grub, inventory dropping. You're going to collect another charm. Or the shell. I'm not going to be using this charm ever, but it is a percent, so we have to collect it. I did that by accident. Okay, now my entire dash line up is messed up. And we're going to collect another charm, but we're also going to be setting a save point here for later. Well, I guess I should say setting a Dream Gate. Here's some cool movement you can do if you dash and then... Oops, I messed it up, but you can get like a really cool ceiling boost. There's a lot of ceiling boosts in this like specific area of the game for some reason. I'm going to do like another one that's coming up. So I set the Dream Gate there because we're going to be Dream Gating back here later to collect a few items. There's another one, and then here's another one as well. There's like 2 there. Saves just a tiny bit of time, but it does save time. I have to kill this guy because he's in the way, and also provides us with money, which is useful. And then here there's like a secret passage, I guess. Here you can collect a charm called Shape of Him. We're also not going to be using this charm, but it is a percent, so that's why we're collecting it. And then we're going to be coming up, once we collect this, we're going to go and basically like unlock the DLC. We're going to collect like the DLC charm. The way the DLC charm works in this game, it's not very powerful or anything, but we need it to it allows us to spawn these enemies that we need to kill to progress the DLC, which is why we have to collect this charm as early as we can. And these enemies are spawned like in areas that we were in before. It's like Crystal Peaks, Green Path. So it all kind of makes sense with the whole like 100% Metrovania type thing, where you have to go back to areas. We collect this charm early, so we go back to these areas, kill the thing to progress the DLC, and then collect the rest of the items in that area to get the percentages that we need to. It all lines up pretty well on us. It's a really well executed DLC, I would say, especially for a game like this. And like promotes that whole Metroidvania gameplay. And there's the charm. We basically just have to talk to him to get the charm, and then we have it now. So now we can equip it. It allows us to spawn these enemies. These are pretty annoying enemies. They're basically completely RNG, but depending on where they spawn and what attacks they do, depends on like how fast you can kill the enemies. You're going to be doing a really long C dash. This is just like a bit of a shortcut for Crystal Peaks, basically. Here, there's going to be a grub. I'm going to be using some of that Cyclone Slash ability to actually get soul here really quickly and break walls faster. We're going to hit that grub through the wall. This is a fake grub, but we're going to be collecting soul from him. So we can kill the Grimkin faster. We're going to be coming up. Going to be right here. I actually spawned in a really nice position. He spawned right in front of my face, so I can just kill him. Usually he spawns like on top of you or below you or something, and then does like some really cringe attacks. But there he was really nice. And here we're going to be doing the Crystal Guardians. Really annoying bosses. These are also one of the bosses that are immune to a little fluke nest quick kill thing. They also jump a lot, which makes it much more annoying to kill them. They didn't jump too far away from me, so I was able to keep most of my damage intact. Then here comes the much harder version. This guy does double damage, so I can only take one hit during this fight. I have to lock in. And yeah, you can see that jump being really annoying. Okay, that's fine. And then killing him gives you a bunch of money and gives you a mass shot, which we need. I also tried to finish off that fight with some soul, so because we need one hit of soul coming up for this next section to collect the grub much faster. So that's why I was trying to kill him with a shade soul so I can preserve some soul. So now I just need one hit, which is really fast to collect. There's a bunch of enemies, and then here's the grub right on the other side of the room. Kills all these enemies, so we can just hit him, C-dash, and just get out of this room quickly. We're having to kill the enemies like normally.
Nice.
Gonna be doing a cool little enemy skip there. You just pogo all the way at the top of the room. By pogoing the crystal, and then pogoing the enemy to get extra height. This is like a pretty big platforming section-ish. Mostly just involves. Oops. I can pogo the crystals that those guys shoot as well, which looks really cool. Same, just exploiting that pogo mechanic to just skip all of the intended movement for that room. Oh wait, no, this is the wrong pillar to see that shot.
Oh.
It's this one. I just miscounted that. It's okay. Yeah, here here's gonna be a really cool room coming up. It's this like sort of like platforming kind of room, or like cycle kind of room. Oops, I cancelled that too early. I need to get a hit on here. So I need to kill an enemy here, but you're just gonna hit the grub through the wall. Here's more he crushes, but you can just time everything basically. Yeah, this is a really cool room coming up. You'll see kind of just like pogo through all of the hazards. and that's called a Stallion cycle.
Clean.
So yeah, so usually you're meant to like wait for the lasers to go away, but you can kind of just like pogo through like the source of the lasers and kind of just skip the entire like section besides the last part. It's just faster to wait and see dash across. And that was the Crystal Peaks 2, we call it. And that went pretty well, I would say. Not too many mistakes or anything. That's like a pretty like dangerous part of the run. One of the more dangerous parts of the run. Because if you die there, you have to go all the way up, crystal dash across the entire map basically to get back to where you died. So very good I didn't die there. Here's another one of these Grimkins. Oh, those guys are in a really nice spawn. But he spawned so high up. Why did he spawn so high up? You see how I had to wait there for another attack? If he just spawned right in front of my face, I could have killed him in one cycle, but I had to get a second cycle there. And here we're going to be collecting a vessel fragment, which allows us to, once we collect 3 of these, that just allows us to store more soul, basically. Gotta kill these guys in the way. Yeah, oh, that was a really nice room there. Really clean. And here we're gonna get the upgrades. Now we can store more soul than just the 4 soul, basically. Just a bit useful. Helps, definitely. Now we're gonna make our way to the bottom part of Green Path. I'm gonna do one of those cyclone drops. Drop down much faster. Yeah, and using those like nail hits things to avoid grabbing walls. Really useful. But here we're going to be placing a Dream Gate. You can go back here later to collect one ability, basically. It's just faster to collect it later, so that's why we are saving it for later. Gonna be coming up to a charm here. Gonna kill that guy. Because we do have to backtrack here. Sometimes it's not worth doing the Dream Gate backtrack thing, because sometimes these rooms are like so short that it's actually faster to just not backtrack at all. So here you just have to hit that and just C-dash across this room, and then that's it. You don't have to backtrack from this room, because it's not big or anything. And then go right back to where we started, basically. Oh, that guy had a bad spawn, but he did a good attack, so we just killed him, basically. It was a tad bit of time, not much. Here we're going to collect the final grubs in Green Path. This one. And then there's another one right at the top, right here. Right here. And yeah, that's basically all of Green Path completed. We just have to collect the Great Slash. We're going to collect it just a bit later. But first of all, we're going to go upgrade our DLC charm, the Grim Child. Because we killed 3 of those guys now. And you have to kill 3 of them to upgrade the charm. So we killed 3 of them, so now we can upgrade our charm. And now the enemies are going to be a bit stronger now. They're going to require... They still die in double hits, but they have overall, they have more health, basically, than the regular Grim Childs. Grimkin, sorry. So we just bought a few things. The lantern, which you're going to be needing for really just one thing, which is just to unlock the No Eyes fight. You need lantern to like trigger the fight, basically. And you do need to kill it for the essence and mania essence, so we can collect the final percentage in the game called the Seer Ascension, which we need 2400 essence to do that. Which means you have to kill basically all of the Dream Bosses and the Dream Warriors. So, yeah, we kind of need lantern for that reason. And one of the Grimkins actually spawned right next to us, right here. So we're going to go right here and just kill it, basically. Pretty convenient spawn for us. We do need to get 6 hits of soul, which is why I'm killing these enemies on the way. Oops. That was a bad spawn. I didn't get the double hit. Another bad spawn. So that was a really slow Grimkin. I lost a few seconds. We're just going to drink it here and collect Great Slash. And yeah, we basically 100%ed Crystal Peaks and Green Path, basically. And Howling Cliffs. Cool little section here. I'm gonna do a cool little wall jump off of that. And go grab the item. Great slash. So now we just need one more nail art, but the other nail art that we're going to be collecting is going to be much, much later in the run. Like an hour 30 into the run. So
I see.
it's just really far away from us, and it's not worth to collect it early or whatever. So that's why we're going to be collecting it on the way when we actually get to that part of the run. Yeah, we basically completed like the little collection part of the run. So now we're going to go and actually do more progression through the game. So collect more important abilities. To unlock more endgame stuff here. So we're going to place a dream cake here. So we're going to be having to come back here. I mean, I'm going to go back down to that area. Do you remember that area around Blue Lake where I hit that lever through like the little thing to unlock a little doorway?
Not really.
Oh, well, yeah, we hit it early so we can avoid going back down into that little area that we completed much earlier in the run. We're gonna fight another Dream Warrior. This is the same enemies that get affected by nail damage. So not upgrading the nail means we kill these guys extremely quickly. He's right here.
I remember this guy.
Yeah, it's called Zero. You can just get a bunch of like triple hits on him and stuff, and he just dies like instantly. And doing that Dream Nail early control. And here I'm gonna try and go for walking storage. Like that. Ooh, that was a really nice spawn. Right in front of my face. So we can just leave the room instantly and we don't have to wait for anything. That was a really good room. The guy was in a really good position, the big guy. Usually he's like in front of the door, so he like blocks your way. But he wasn't, and the gun can spawn right in front of me. So it's like a win-win. Oops, I missed a no hit there. And yeah, this is like a small arena, a bunch of enemies spawn, but I know where like all the waves are, so I can just like predict everything and kill everything like instantly. We're gonna go fight Hornet 2, which is like a sequel to the regular Hornet fight that we did like right at the beginning of the run.
Oh, Hornet 2, yeah, I remember.
I think you remember this boss. I think you said like you did it really early. Yeah, this is like a really difficult boss, honestly. I think you remember this boss, right? Oh, I didn't get the double? No way. Hornet 2, like this section.
Yeah.
I think
I do. Early. Yeah, I think they saw actually on my YouTube channel, funny enough.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But yeah. So now that we got one of those Grimkins out of the way, we got two of them out of the way. They're just both like in our way here. So we can actually just bench like right next to the fight and just equip Flukes, which is just gonna kill Hornet instantly. Oh, what the hell's that? Look, we almost made it 1 hour into the run in game time. Still got like another hour to go.
The real time actually says 107, but yeah.
Yeah, the real time, yeah, that makes sense. My load times are about 20 minutes lower than my in-game time, so since we're close to halfway and time is running there, then yeah, it makes sense. That was a really good attack. She's just getting cornered. Oh, I walked into her. Oh wow, those spikes actually ate my Flukes. Okay, there you go. Not the best fight. Walking storage.
Hazelness, I do have to ask you this question. What do you think of Hornet as a waifu?
It's a bit weird, I don't really understand it. Honestly. A bit of a weird I don't get it, honestly, but it exists. So
It exists. That's your opinion.
yeah, it exists, but I don't understand it either. Okay, we're gonna be doing an early control, so you can get early control with Crystal Dash, but also with Dream Gating, like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's just to skip like the little cutscene there. Let's just leave early. And we're back at Dirt Path, but before we go down and finish off Crossroads, we're gonna go and collect Shade Cloak, a very important ability. It's basically like allows us to dash through like enemies and stuff. I think you got this item as well. Shade Cloak.
Oh yeah, I
Not
did. I
sure.
do remember.
Yeah, your playthrough is like really weird. You collected like a bunch of really endgame items, like pretty early on ish.
Yeah. Which I did finish the game. Don't get me wrong. I finished the game with methods that I will not mention.
Yeah, those methods.
I basically cheated. I like got cheat engine, like added my values and stuff, made me do a bunch of damage. I also got infinite health. I just wanted to finish the game without the skill part. It's kind of funny coming from a
Look,
cup speedrunner, but yeah.
here it's like a bunch of really huge inventory drops. This like entire fall is like gigantic. Oops, I messed up the dash there. It's okay. He's gonna go collect Shade Cloak. But we need to hit this lever first to get to the item. Maybe doing a cooler manipulation of those enemies to get right at the top, like instantly, like that.
Oh. Oh, by the way, I do want to say that I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick, so please call a commentary.
I will try to do that.
I'll be right back.
Alright. You're gonna collect Shade Cloak now. Just one more room left. Do a saving quit to skip the entire cutscene. Then do a Dream Nail early control. Gonna collect that. It's an item you can sell to Lamb. Gives you a lot of geo. Here we're just waiting, basically, to get all the money. We need a bunch of money for this next section, so I come here a bit early. One, two, three,
Hello, I'm back.
4, and 5. You actually went to the bathroom like a very convenient time. This is like the most boring part of the run.
Oh, really? Oh, by the way,
You just
if
have to
there
wait for the Godfather.
if there's any like downtime where things are really boring, I can read some donations if needed.
Oh. You can... You're gonna come up to a pretty stressful boss. The first DLC boss, so you can read them now if you want.
Okay.
This is a pretty chill version.
We got 1 second, my page is loading. Alright, we got $5 from Loser. Going to be saving the rest of my donation for an incentive, but thought it would be nice to give the first donation. Good luck to Hazelness, this one is really cool so far. And $10 from Tails343 saying love you all. And $6.9 from Blankets with no message, but much appreciated nevertheless.
Oh, blankets, hello. Thank you. I'm gonna collect the mass shot here. As you probably saw me do, I kind of hit like the flukes don't trigger or count as hits in this game. So usually if you hit an enemy, it will trigger it to like aggro. But with flukes, they don't do that. So you can kind of like shoot them like before even triggering the boss, like damage them before the boss even triggers. And since flukes do so much damage, you can kill them before the boss can even do anything, basically. It's like a quick kill kind of thing. Here comes the first DLC boss of the run. There's really just 2 DLC bosses, to be honest, but this is the first one, like the normal version. Then right at the end of the run, we're gonna do a really cool like final boss opening. Right at the end of the run, it's a really cool boss. Before that, we're gonna buy a Vessel Fragment. It's just gonna help us in this like mid-game section we're gonna be doing. Here we go to Fog Canyon, Queen's Gardens, and just finish everything off, basically. You're gonna be collecting 1 Vessel Fragment right after defeating No Eyes, which is gonna come up in about 15-ish minutes from here. So it does help. Then here is the Grim Tree boss. What we're trying to do with this boss is get a balloon skip, or basically just 2-cycle him. You want him to only do 2 balloons during the fight, but the normal amount of balloons is 3. So we're trying to skip that balloon because during his balloonet phase, you cannot damage him. So we're trying to like skip that basically. Save about 10 seconds. The music is pretty cool for this section.
Like, yeah, I was about to comment on that actually.
Okay, I need 1 hit. Nice, I got it. No, he dashed in the wrong way. Okay, that's really not good.
Oh no.
He dashed in the wrong way, so I have to be a bit careful here. He's not dead. He's like, oh my god. This is the opposite of what you're meant to do for this boss. Jesus.
Oh wow, that was
Really
dragged on a bit.
Yeah, you can see right there. Fluke, since they don't count as hits, you can also skip like the little thingy where he like goes like into this like little healing stage where he turns into like this small bat. You're meant to skip that completely, but I missed all of my fluke hits, so I had to get nail hits to get soul, and then it triggered that. So and I lost about 20 seconds to a normal fast fight. That's because I messed up 1 cast. I hit the first one, but he just dashed in the wrong direction.
Dang.
So it's very punishing if you make a mistake for that boss. Thank god that's low, but that's a pretty annoying boss. It's very easy to just choke on that fight, honestly. That's for something a bit more relaxing, which is going back to Fungal Wastes. One of the beginning areas of the game. I'm gonna be fighting a Dream Warrior called Aldahu. I'm gonna do again another quick kill, because we have flukes. Just like that.
Nice.
Yes. Like, it's kind of weird, like this section isn't that interesting, but it's like one of my favorite sections of the game. For some reason. Like this all the way up to like Queen's Gardens, I just really enjoy practicing. It's probably my favorite thing to practice in the game. We're just gonna backtrack to Mantis Village to go fight the Mantis Lords. You can do this much earlier in the game, but it's just really slow to do it early. Because you have like no like DPS at all, just have regular nail hits and stuff, so it's faster to just backtrack here. So I walked into that guy by accident. I'll be needing this Dream Gate here. You can do a really cool walking sword. This saves like no time and actually sometimes loses time if you don't hit it, but you can do that. Looks pretty cool. It's a bit difficult. The window is a bit narrow. Yeah, I'm pretty good at this section. Anyways, and here's the point. I'm gonna stand in this specific spot right here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he just gave me a good attack. We can just kill him right there. If he gives you a bad attack, which is just dashing towards you, you do have to do like a little bit of a damage boost to finish him off, but... Oh, nice, I finished him off right there. Got the kill.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the fight. Usually it's slower to get Cyclone. Oh, I dashed the wrong... I walking surged the wrong way.
Oh no. I guess
It
it
looks
doesn't
pretty
matter
cool,
too
though.
much. Hmm.
I lost about 2 seconds.
Hmm.
Oh, that guy was mean. Just hit me. Not nice. And yeah, defeating the Mantis Lords just unlocks you a bunch of percentages. So it gives you the Chum right here. Mark of Friday just makes your nail longer. And a bunch of money.
Wow.
And a seal, which is worth 450, which you're going to be selling later. They basically buy all of the items from the Slice Shop and other stuff like Saluka's Hut. Just one last section here. We just have to collect a charm and save Bretta, which unlocks us a mass shot and Dirtmouth.
Mm-hmm.
Just right there. You have to do a bit of a sequence type of thing. I'm actually going to go for a bit of a risky strat here. Usually I would see that through the wall, but I missed it. Damn. Wait for it to.
Oh.
Dude. I cannot get her. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
That's why I never go for it in runs, because it never works. You can do a bit of like a. Oh, what just happened? Did you see me standing on the spikes?
Yeah.
That threw me off completely. What was that?
Good thing you healed just before.
I guess I should not have went for that strat then. I would have avoided all of this. But I really wanted to do that. That's like a really difficult thing. It's like close to frame craft. You can do like a air walk. You can like press a jump like at the peak of your double jump or something, and you can do a really cool thing called airwalk. But it's basically not even run fireball. I just decided to go for it because it's a marathon. It doesn't matter if I make mistakes. That
I
makes sense.
see.
But I actually put on this charm, which gives you like this odor, but it actually does it. It actually like interacts with the game really well. Where if you equip the charm while talking to this guy, it actually gives you a discount on all of these charms. So you can buy them for much cheaper than what he usually sells them at. Which allows us to save selling a relic at and collecting a relic as well. So it's pretty cool. What? That hitbox, man. Oh my god. And then here, just gonna make our way down to the Grimkin. And he did 2 really bad attacks. Did another bad attack. Oh my god, that's like the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Just did the worst attacks possible. Did 2 dashes. So you can't not double hit. So you just can't win, basically, you just lose time in that situation. Anyways, now we don't need Grimchild anymore for this section because there's no Grimkins that spawn in this area. So we're just gonna do our normal loadout, which is Dreamlord, the Shaman, and Blux, which basically just lets us kill everything quickly. And we're going to Fog Canyon to unlock our first Dream boss. Or Dream Warrior, I don't know, saying. Dreamer, sorry. This is called Archives. This is where you get the first Dreamer, and there's a really annoying boss called Umu. In many categories, like any percent, he's really annoying. Because you have to go through 2 cycles from him, and he can give you a bunch of variations in attacks that he does. a bad attack loses about 2 seconds and a good attack saves 2 seconds. So if you get a lot of bad attacks or even extra attacks, then you're gonna lose. On paper, you lose a bunch of time. But in this category, there's only one cycle, so you only have to worry about the first attacks he gives you. So that's a long attack, so that loses 2 seconds. But for the beginning, he's guaranteed to do at least one long attack. We got long, short. So there's a basically 50% chance if I get the best RNG. And I got the not the best RNG. So altogether I lost 2 seconds to RNG. It's really just based on attacks. And you can just kill him instantly. Like that. And here's the dreamer.
Wow. Monomon the teacher, I believe.
Yeah, Monomon teacher. Her name is Monomon.
Like
And we have to kill her to beat the game. To get the true ending. Or just unlock any ending, basically. The only ending you can do is like God Home ending without killing the dreamers, but we on a patch where God Home doesn't exist. So if you want to beat the game on this patch, you have to kill these things. Here's what we're doing. Gonna do a save and quit to skip the cutscene. Back in save and quit. Then we're gonna. This entire section here involves doing a bunch of Dream Gate early controls. So during the loading time, you can do a Dream Gate like early during the loading, basically, and you can basically warp instantly from this area right back into Fog Canyon. Oh, that guy was in a really bad position.
Yeah.
Going right on top of me. Here's one of the mash shots. Have to go for a little cool movement section there. As soon as we basically collect anything, we're just going to save and quit straight away to skip the cutscene and do the early control again, which saves time. And just waiting for the cutscene, then doing a normal Dream Gate out. And yeah, this is really fast doing this, like saving, quitting, and then doing this early control. Basically just abusing like the all early control mechanics of this game. He's a really cool climb. You have to hit that guy though. And here we're going to be coming up to No Eyes. Another Dreamer. This is why we bought the Lumafly Lantern, specifically just for this boss. And this boss only. Lumafly Lantern isn't a percent, you don't actually have to buy it. But you have to buy it for the Dream Warrior. So. That's a really good spawn. Just kill her in 2 hits. Again, abusing that whole like keeping our nail damage low, so these guys have like no HP. So you can just kill them instantly. Yeah, here's a bit of a really risky save and quit. If you save and quit too early here, you actually soft lock and you cannot 100% the game. So I'm just not gonna do it.
Oh, that's
just in case.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. You do it in runs, obviously. It's not like it's very easy to accidentally just save and quit. So I just don't risk it for this. There's actually a boss there on the way called Moss Knight, but he isn't actually a percent. He only gives you money by killing him, and we don't need money. It's not really fast to kill him, so you're just skipping him. That's like one of the few optional bosses in this game that don't count as a percent. There's a crab. Oops. Missed my double jump. And here's the vessel fragment. So now we can hold 2 soul vessels. Which actually is very useful for a very specific quick kill on one boss. We actually need these vessel fragments, which is why we bought one earlier at Sly, before the first DLC boss fight. And yeah, we got everything here now, so now we can go back down and go into Queen's Gardens. We're gonna go get Howling Wraiths now. This is the final spell that we're gonna be collecting here. We don't really use in this run because it just kind of sucks on this patch
Mm-hmm.
compared to the latest patch. In latest patch, like in 1.12 runs, you actually collect this very early on. That it's actually very useful. But on this patch, it's not, so we just kind of collect it on the way.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do this really awkward arena. Just a bunch of enemies. Oh, I dashed earlier. Which didn't give me a dash when falling down. And here's the Howling Wraiths. What? Why is that guy alive? I thought I killed everything. That was weird. That has like literally never happened to me.
Well, that's their first time in the marathon
gonna be
run
going to-
thing.
Yeah, definitely. Here's Queen's Gardens. Here's the arena, which he just decided to flukes to go through him. This is like such a common thing for some reason that happens. Like you just randomly just miss your flukes on those guys. Causes you to miss a hit and you're also low on soul. So it just sucks. Here's a cool thing you can do here. Get a bit of fall speed by dream nailing when the platform is like dropping down. It's also useful for the soul because we need it to kill these guys. 1, 2. Why did you go through my stuff again? For some reason, the enemies in this area just like to go through your like flukes. It's like really common for this stuff to happen. And when none of this stuff happens, you just save so much time. You like don't lose any time to your golds, basically, because the rest of the movement isn't complicated at all.
I see.
Just gonna get the grub here. And the charm. Sport shrimp, which we're never gonna use, but
It's a percentage.
just have to collect it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's another grub, just at the top of deepness, which we haven't been in yet, but we're gonna be here very soon. There's a little hidden wall you have to break here. And yeah.
Is that the only real grub there?
Yeah, the rest of them are fake.
Hmm.
Quite interesting. Okay, I'm not exactly sure. I think I might have save and quit too early on that grub. So if I'm missing a grub in this run, it probably is that one.
Okay.
I'm just like noting that down. Nobody panics if I don't get all the grubs. And we're going to be collecting Essence Tree. Whenever you use your Dream Gate, it actually wastes one of these Essence for you. Which is why we have to collect the Dream Tree like in between. So it can refill our Essence back to like normal. So you can continue using the Dream Gate.
Mm-hmm.
And have enough for the final Dream Asir. I'm going to be placing that because we're going to be Dream Gating out after we kill the stuff here. And the boss called Mamu. And also featuring the most annoying enemies in the game. This entire area just has extremely annoying enemies altogether. Pretty big arena, but it just kill everything with flukes instantly. And dive, like that. Another grub right here. No hidden passage right here. Double jump accident. Then here, you actually have to be careful here. You can actually do another soft lock. If you leave this room too early when hitting that lever, it actually doesn't open the gate. So the lever is flipped, but the gate just doesn't open. So you have to go through all of Queen's Gardens again when doing Flower Quest, which you don't want to do at all.
I see.
Also, that was insane. That was like very nice frogs. Like none of them were in my way. Okay,
And
these
now there are
guys
two
were a
of
little
them
bit meaner.
in the way.
Yeah. This section is very easy to your run to die here. These guys have basically unpredictable movement, so you're kind of gambling. You're trying to predict where they're gonna bounce. Here's Moment. We're gonna do a quick go here. Kill him before he bounces around everywhere.
Cool.
And we're gonna do the little Dreamgate early control thing. Dream Wielder, since it allows us to shoot out our Dream Nail much faster, you actually have to buffer your Dream Nail a bit. You don't like Dream Nail too early before collecting the essence. Which is why I have to like wait a bit before actually Dream Gating out. Dream Wielder is just too fast. This is actually the part in the world record where I actually finally made like a bit of a noticeable mistake. I don't know why I just really suck at this section. I cannot do this section cleanly. I always like do something weird here. I lost about, I think, 7 seconds here by just... And this split is like 100% consistent. You're not meant to lose time here at all. I just could not double jump to save my life here. That guy did an early split. I knew that wasn't going to work. That's such an annoying mistake. You agree that wall jump? Oh. Right here. Like, these double jumps are a bit tricky. You have to do, like, full double jumps, which isn't easy. Also hurts your fingers.
Oh, I remember this skip.
Yeah,
you made me
like
do
a
this.
bit of yeah, it's a little secret shortcut you can do.
Which you're actually supposed to sit on the bench and they like swarm you, and then you fight the boss, I think? No, you don't fight the boss.
Yeah, it swarms you, then it puts you into Beast Den, and you have to, like, fight your way through Beast Den. But here we just skip it, and we're just gonna save the Dreamer. There's also a Grub in Beast Den we have to save, but it's, like, right next to the Dreamer, so... Yeah, it just gives a bunch of unnecessary rooms. And difficult platforming. And enemies are also pretty difficult, they kind of just swarm you as well. We're not actually going to save and quit here, because we actually want to keep the soul for this next session coming up. So we're going to keep the soul here on purpose. The save and quitting here only saves about 2 seconds, 1 second or something, so it's much more faster to just keep your soul here if you're going to use it. Which I will. Here's Hornet. Here's the Grub. But that guy's in a really weird position. You'll do a Cyclone drop. Pretty cool movement. And then here, we actually need Grimchild for this section. There's a reason why we need Grimchild, and it's really just for this reason. Which is just talk to this guy and he gives us a flame. It actually helps us avoid fighting one of the big guys. Which saves time. It cuts out RNG and this guy's like right next to us, so I have to just put on Grimchild here and just talk to him basically. And now we're in Deepness. Pretty scary area. Has a bunch of spiders and a bunch of enemies just spawn everywhere basically. But there's quite a lot of important things here, so we're kind of just making our way through Deepness, collecting everything. Here's a charm. This is like another DLC charm. It's like one of those like minion charms. It just spawns a bunch of minions to help you. Similar to Grimchild. These charms are really weak. They don't do any damage compared to spells, so we're just collecting them for the set reason of getting the 106% completion. I'm not sure about the... Okay, I'm gonna kill this guy just to make sure I have enough money to finish off the run. It's usually slower to kill that guy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, that was a good room. That room is really satisfying to do. Oh wow, that guy was... Dude, these spiders today are in such weird positions. Oh my god. They're not like normal positions for them to be in. Usually they're like not even close to you. Oh. Okay, that's fine. I accidentally just walked into him though. I'm doing that early control thing, which allows us to just leave the room instantly. How are we gonna go get Tram Pass, which we kind of need to get to Hive Night. Not Hive Night. What's the place called? Hive. You only go there for a Mash Shard, Grub, and a Charm. which we're never going to use. Because we already got all the charms we need, basically, that we're going to use.
See, for a percentage, so at this point.
Yeah, basically. Here's Trampas. Gonna help us progress through this like entire bottom area of Hazelness. Even though those guys for soul, we need full soul for the next like boss fight. I guess you can say it's like the creepiest fight in the game. You have to go through this like pretty creepy passageway. The guy like kind of mimics you. It's a really cool boss, but you're gonna be just quick killing him basically. Oh, those guys were in a nice position. Just very quick through them. Gonna hit that grub through the wall. We do this like basically all the time, so whenever we can, we're gonna do it basically. But that guy's not in a good position, so we have to like hit him off and then C-dash. We're mainly here just to switch our charms for the quick kill build, which is this, and also to get a save point. You can just save and quit and not have to go backtrack through all of those rooms again. Showing got Cyclone, so we can just break the secret wall much faster. You can't actually use flukes to break walls, which is why we're not using spells to like break those walls. And we also need to keep our soul actually, so it's another reason. Here we have to go for this pretty annoying passageway. Just break a bunch of these walls. Here he is, trying to like mimic us. I'm gonna do a bit of a ceiling boost, I missed it. Oh my god, that's such a common mistake. Dashing too early there. Missing that little passage. Okay, and here he is. We basically dealt like 95% of his health right there. So we just wait and then walk up to him and finish him off like that. That's the
Oh my god, that was such a build up for like such a quick boss fight.
Yeah. I really wish you can kill him before even like the having to trigger his thing, but sadly that's just not possible with our build. We have to get a third soul vessel fragment, but that's way too late into the run to make it worth it. Yeah, we collected the Pale. We need 6 Pale to upgrade a nail to full, so that's what the Pale does. And now we're just gonna collect the last sections of Deepness here, which is a charm and another vessel fragment. I'm gonna be doing a cool cycle here. You know, getting a damage boost off of that Garpede. This allows us to dash through all of it like this. Like that. And that's the fastest cycle can get basically. As here we're gonna be doing a really cool skip coming up. That will disable the entire Garpede cycle. If I can get to the room. Which is this room right here. So usually you're meant to like ride this Garpede or pogo the Garpede as you're going through here, but you can just pogo the spikes instead. And pogo those spikes and then do a bit of damage boosting and get to this vessel fragment extremely quickly. And yeah, that's basically Deepness completed. We got everything. And now we're just gonna make our way to back to Ancient Basin to collect one item basically, another Pale Law. There's a lot of Pale Laws around this area of the game. Oh, I dashed in a weird way. How to do an extra damage boost. Usually you're fast enough to where you don't have to do that, but I messed up a bit, so it's okay. Gonna get bench here. Also, thanks, Yokai. And gonna be leaving the tram to get another Pale Law right here. And there's also a grub here, so we need to just have good soul management here, so you're gonna dash 3 times. hit him right at the back, and then do a dive to knock the grub. Need another hit here. Just a hit. God damn it. 2, 3, 4. I messed up the kill. God damn it. Okay, that didn't go super well. But it's okay.
Hmm.
And there's the pillar. You're meant to just double hit both of them. That's actually a strat I made up. I actually made that strat. It's like the only strat like I guess I kind of made in this entire game. Is like killing both of them with the Shade Sword, the double. Because normally you would just go to the left side of the thing and just Shade Sword twice. But I thought it'd be faster to just not hit them and just try and get both double hits on the right side and just C-dash. And get money in the process, which helps us in the run. And here's another secret one. This is where Hive is. Pretty dangerous area. There's a Grimkin here as well. You have to kill. That does double damage, by the way. So you have to be careful. Pretty dangerous. Very common for runs to die here. Very dangerous area. And if your run doesn't die, you're just taking too much damage, you'll die to a really annoying glitch or something like that. Because it's like the hitboxes in this entire area just really jam. Could cause some really weird issues to happen, like the wall not breaking, which is gonna come up soon. Nice, he spawned. He gave me a good spawn, unlike the bungled spawn. He just spawned like at the top of me twice. Gave me bad attacks in the process. And here's another grab. You can access it by just C-dashing up here, using your Monarch Wings. He's right there. Gonna try and get his attention. Where is he? I can't see him. Oh yeah, right here. And nice. I didn't get the weird glitch. So he breaks the wall instantly. And I can just make my way out. Like that. Oh, attacked me. Wasn't fast enough there. Break that. C-dash. And yeah, that's Hive completed. Right there. And here's Hive Blood right down here. In later versions of the game, there's actually a boss fight here. They added a boss fight here, but we're on an earlier version, so it's just like an empty arena basically. There's like entire meme where we call it like Hive Night skip, even though Hive Night just doesn't exist on this patch. It's really funny.
So you're skipping something that doesn't exist and calling it a skip?
Basically, yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, put Fluke Nest back on because we finally fully upgraded our Grimchild charm, so which means you don't have to kill any more Grimkins, which is nice. So now we just have to focus on collecting the rest of the items and doing all the endgame stuff to run now. Here's a grub here. It's like probably the most annoying grub in the game. I hate this grub. He actually gave me a nice spawn. Usually they're just all over your face there. To like fight your way through it. Gave me a pretty nice spawn start. And then here's my favorite grub of the game. Right here. It's kind of weird. Most annoying and then the best grub. Yeah, okay. You can just do like, oh my god, I barely didn't get enough height. You can do some really cool like movement there with the bees. Then you make your way out. Oops, I went into a pipe accident. Then make your way up. So Dream Gate here. Now we're just gonna make our way down, collect the rest of the grubs, and a little boss right here. Called Markov. It's basically the strongest Dream Warrior. So he dies in 3 flukes instead of 2.
That's what defines him as strong. He dies in 3 hits instead of 2.
Yeah, basically. Which is actually quite annoying because he can kind of like fly away from you, then you have to like, chase him around the arena to get the final hit off. And then his shield also helps like body block the flukes. But he just stood there, so I killed him instantly.
Wow, strong boss.
Yeah. wait. Gonna be coming up to the final nail art of the game. Dash slash. But we do need some soul for this section, so just getting soul from those guys. I guess that's like I can't showcase the so cool skip right here. Wait, let me do it. You know, cool little walking storage there. I don't go for it in runs because it's just like if you miss it, you just lose time, and you have to like do like a pretty close to like frame perfect dash there. It's like a couple frame window. So I just don't go for it. It saves like almost no time. It just looks cool basically. Then here is dash slash, the final nail art. This is actually a very powerful nail art. It's actually used in other categories like all skills to get shade tool early. It has like a really huge hitbox. You can hit like a bunch of levels through walls. Levels that you can't normally hit with just regular nail. And this category is just not fast enough to get it early because you have to go back here anyways to collect this item, which is only accessed by getting dive. So overall, the routing just doesn't work well enough to make that like an optimal route for this category. Get that a lot early. Pretty infamous section of the game. Probably one of the hardest charms to collect, honestly. You have to go for this like pretty difficult area. I did a hit this with basically no problems. And we do have enough soul for the next boss coming up, which is Collector. Just looks really cool as well. There's a really cool climbing section here. Looks really cool. And here's Collector. We just have to like open up his gate though, which is the love key. We need the love key for this and get this in Queen's Gardens, which I collected on the way. Then get my way down to Deep Nest. One, two, three. Can do a scream skip here. And he basically just, similar with Nost, kind of just destroys health. Like that. And that's it. Now, I can't wait for you to see Traitor Lord. Traitor Lord is probably the funniest boss in this category.
I see. I'll be waiting for that.
It's right after Flower Quest, so about in like an hour 50-ish. It's meant to be like an endgame boss, but like it's like laughably not even close to endgame. The health of the boss is like non-existent. He dies in 3 flukes, same like Markov. It's just like has like no HP. Just destroy him. You know, he's like right at the end of the game. And he guards like one of the most important parts into getting the true ending. So yeah, it's just really weird. Like such an important part of the game, guarded by like a very weak, pathetic boss, basically. And we're back to Queen's City of Tears, sorry. Let me save and go corrupted. You're gonna be finding the most infamous boss in the game, Watcher Knights. Do you know what Watcher Knights are, Mark?
I do.
You remember these
you
guys.
can do like you can go to the ceiling and like kill one of them preemptively, right?
Yeah, it's this one. Damn, let's move it. Good.
Where are we?
Damn, that was such a clean room. That's probably the fastest I've ever done that room. That was like perfect.
Huh.
Jesus. Oh yeah, the reason why that room is dark is because you do a lever skip there, which like it confuses the game because the game doesn't think that you unlock that area yet, which is why it's dark. So yeah, it's actually fast in this category to not hit the lever to kill one of them. You kill them so fast, it's slower to go up there and hit the lever, which is why we just do this.
Wow. Okay.
That's 1.
2.
3.
3. And 4. 4. Oh, one more. Yeah, I forgot.
There's one more.
Oh, there's even one. There's one more as well.
And that's it. That's the entire fight.
Wow.
Meant to give lots of trouble for casuals, but with this loadout, you can kill them before they can even do a single attack. It's pretty
So
fun.
crazy.
Yeah. You're gonna get the mummy. Final relic, basically. And make a way to unlock the final dreamer. Azaria. It's actually kind of weird. We kind of do like the opposite order to like any percent. Any percent, you get this one first, but in this case, we get it last.
Mm.
Then here's Larian. We do actually need Soul because we're going to be fighting another Dream boss. It's like kind of like an exclusive Dream boss. It's called the White Defender.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a sequel to the Dunk Defender that we killed like an hour early into the run.
Yeah, I remember.
And he has this boss has so much health. It's actually kind of ridiculous. So you actually have to fight the boss even with the slowdown. So, which is why we're trying to keep as much soul as we can to like start the fight basically.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also gonna be trying to go for a really annoying thing called the Scream Skip, which saves a lot of time because the second section of his fight is extremely annoying. He hides in the ground like the whole time, and he only pops up and like does like a little bit of like an upwards shoot, and you can get like no DPS when he does that. Which is why we want to get the Scream Skip and basically kill him before we can do that really slow second phase.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I'm gonna be killing these guys. We basically have full soul. It's a good start for the White Defender, but before we fight him, we finally killed all the bosses that get affected by nail damage. So you're gonna go upgrade a nail finally, which is gonna help us a ton with the White Defender fight. It all kind of links very well together with Shroud.
Mm-hmm.
Upgrade a nail all the way to nail 3, which is the basically pure nail, but we're missing one pale ore, and that's because one of the pale ores is in Colosseums. And Colosseum is like a really endgame section, so we cannot upgrade a nail all at once, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And the Colosseums the enemies are like way more buffed compared to the normal enemies, so it's faster to like go and visit them twice in this category, basically, instead of like seeing him once only. I'm gonna go get the nail upgrade now. You can read more donations if there's any donations, because this is like a really short part of the run.
We don't have any yet. From my
Oh, okay, that's fine. Actually, there's a bit of a better section you can do it, which is right before Colosseums.
Mm-hmm.
Because you kind of have to stand there and just wait for the Godfather to drop all of his rewards. That's the second nail. Then the third nail requires 2 pale ore, and the final one requires 3. I wonder if I can still get this up to 40 real time. Since I made that annoying mistake in early game and I had a really bad fungal section, I don't think I can get it, but I'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I have to get a good end game. Anyways, White Defender is down here. Actually, this like little secret pathway, which we unlocked much earlier to get the idol. He's right here. And yeah, you can actually do this thing called a Scream Skip, and it's basically completely RNG, but you can actually kill him before he even does like the second phase even starts, basically. You have to like get him like right on the edge with the damage, and then make him do like a really long attack. Like that. Like that's a really long attack. He spits 3 of those things at you. Oh, I don't know about this.
You can make it.
Oh, I barely missed it. Oh, it gave me such an annoying pattern though. Okay, and then yeah, this is the second phase right here. I just like jumped up around.
I see.
That was a really good second phase though.
Hmm.
Killed them pretty quickly though. Usually it's much more annoying than that.
So good enough.
And we have exactly 2400, which is exactly what we need to get the final percentage from Seer. Perfect routing, I shall say. Right there. Because I didn't get any essence drop this run, right? So Usually, like, I got the exact amount required from, like, the Dream Tree in Queen's Gardens. Usually you will never have exactly 2400, but since I didn't get a single essence drop, which is like you can sometimes get a random essence from killing an enemy, I actually landed on exactly 2400. Usually you have like 2401 or something. But, oops. Wait, no, I need to equip Dashmaster. For Flower Quest, oops. Kind of forgot the charm loadout there for a bit. Mark, have you done Flower Quest? I don't think you've done this section, because you
I
don't
have
need to do this.
not. I like got the flower and then
Really?
immediately took a hit on my way out. I remember that.
Oh. Pretty infamous section. A lot of people struggle with this part. When speedruns, it's actually very chill. Usually, like, a really relaxing part, because you just do a bunch of, like, pretty safe rooms, basically. But it's still a chance to take hit, though. I definitely lost runs to this part, though. It's very possible to lose runs here. Yes, here's the Awoken Tree. No, this allows us to give access to white powers, which we need to complete to unlock the true ending. Then here's the Seer Ascension. I don't know why this is a percent, or why you need to do this, but you just have to do it. So, there it is. 2, 3. Here's Dream Shield. Probably one of the worst charms in the game as well. It's just like lying there, so you just collect it on the way. The Flower Quest is down here, basically. 1, 2. It's right here. You talk to this like lady right here. She gives you a prompt to give you the flower. You say yes, and then you have to take this flower to the little tombstone area in Queen's Gardens, which is like literally across the entire map, basically. And on the way, since we're going to be passing Salubra's Hollow, you're going to buy everything from Salubra. It's pretty convenient. Well, that's a really dangerous spawn right there. I had to cancel my C-dash there. I could have possibly gone hit there.
Oh yeah, and
That's
as you
pretty
remember,
unlikely for that to happen.
yeah, as you remember, we have the
Yeah.
flower, right?
Yeah, so we can't get hit at all. We can't play super risky or anything. Then here's the hut. Then we have exactly enough money to buy everything. We should have 39 left over. Maybe I'm wrong. Wait, no, you need like 1900. So I have like 100 something left over.
Ah, gotcha.
No, I lied. I have 69 left over.
Oh.
No. Funny number. Just gonna get past all these enemies. Not really that many interesting things that happen in this section. Kind of just have to go through the map, basically. I have to kill those guys. They're too annoying. And here you just have to be patient. Don't greed anything. It's not worth it. Just play it safe. And here we get the mass shot.
Nice.
You're gonna do a cool walking storage. I'm gonna try hit it. I missed it. It's pretty
Dang.
difficult walking storage. It saves no time as well, but it just looks cool. And here we're gonna be saving the final grub in Crossroads, actually. So all the way in this corner. Oh, I killed him in a bit of an awkward spot. So I almost got hit there. Maybe I should have just played it safe and killed it, but I decided to risk it. 1, 2. This is like probably the scariest part right here.
Yeah, I can tell. Oh my god.
Yeah. Calling that real close. Ah, I dashed early. Oops.
Ooh.
Bit too late there.
Oh my god, this is so scary.
Yeah. Whoa. I almost went through my flukes again. Whoa.
Don't
I
get
got
hit,
almost touched me as well.
Don't get hit, Hazelness.
Ah! Oh my god, you seen that?
I did see that.
There you go.
Okay.
Basically touched the forms. I am a professional, guys, don't worry. It's all good. And here, we're gonna be coming up to Traitor Lord here. Lives up in Queen's Gardens. There's actually a really cool platforming session coming up. Really cool room. Just have to get through these hazards. You have to do this like gigantic climb here for the grub. Not that. I missed my jump into. You have to be a bit careful. If you die here, this is like one of the most costly deaths in the run. You die right here. And you are over charm, which means you take double damage. And here's the grub. He's not actually the last grub. The last grub is coming up right after Traitor Lord. Phew. That was close. I almost messed up there. I want to play safe here. I don't want to die. Okay, here. And I killed him. Yeah, that's his body right there. On the ceiling, right there. You can kill him before he even, like,
drops
down,
down,
basically.
yeah.
Oh, I spent too much time explaining stuff. I lost a second there because I didn't time my C-dash.
Oh no.
And there's the final grab. You can use your dash slash to exploit like the whole huge hitbox swing, and you can just hit him through the wall there. Pretty cool way to finish off the whole grub collection process. And here's the one piece for the white fragment for the King Soul Charm. You need to collect 2 of those. The other one is in White Palace, but we're going to do that a bit later. We have to do Kolos first and collect everything. And here is, he's going to give you a mash shot because you delivered the flower to the little grave area. And that's it.
Nice.
That's 1 out of 3 of like the stressful parts of endgame. You still have the most stressful, which is Colosseums. Probably the most stressful part, the most dangerous part. And I'm going to be doing them using Fury as well, so...
So on 1 HP the entire time.
Not kind of, you'll see. I'll explain a bit later.
Okay.
We're going to be exploiting one little game mechanic that allows us to give a little bit of wiggle room with the whole Fury stuff, and the reason why it's actually kind of run viable in the first place. But before that, we're going to collect my favorite charm in the game.
Which is?
You have to go down this secret passageway. It's Snail Master's Glory. You get this by collecting all the nail arts, which is what I did.
Well, you actually explained that it was your favorite earlier, I think. It makes your, like, charge double as fast.
Yeah, I explained that when we were getting the first nail art in the run.
Hey, I was paying attention.
Which is like 40 minutes in. And we're gonna go visit Grubfa for the final time. It's gonna give us a bunch of money and a bunch of items we need. Got unlucky there. Let's see if I'm missing a grub. Do you see any missing grubs?
I don't think so.
1, 2. I'm gonna make. You can actually see all the grubs, I think. I don't see any in the background missing. I think I'm good.
Okay.
No, but the saddest thing ever is not getting the final charm. Because you missed 1 grab by accident or something.
Is there a backup? Or do you just go grab the grub again?
You have to go back and grab the grub. You have to go. First of all, you have to find the grub that you missed. You have to remember from the top of your head, which grub did I miss? That's why this is so dangerous. Like if you miss one, you have to like go back and check all the grubs again, which one you missed. Which loses basically 10 minutes, depending on how fast you can find the missing grub. It's so bad. But we didn't miss any grubs. We got the final charm, so it's okay.
Yeah, you're present all
And
the
now we're gonna
grubs,
do
Chief.
Yeah, got all the grubs. Now we're gonna do Colosseums. There's the Soul Eater charm I was talking about. Just gives you a bunch of soul by just hitting an enemy. Pretty useful. Okay.
So, are we at, like, the final stretch of the run? If we're doing the Colosseums?
Yeah, this is basically the final stretch. Colosseums and then endgame completion stuff, and that's it. Like White Palace, getting the Void Heart, the true ending, that kind of stuff, the final DLC boss.
Just very clean movement, love to see that.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I got a bit of a weird enemy spawn at the end, so I had to like kind of go around, but that was good. Oh!
That's
No,
not
that's not
good,
good.
I'd imagine.
I had to do a backup here, which involves just taking damage one of those guys, which is a bit slower. And here are the Colosseums. The first one is basically 100% consistent. It's still possible to die, obviously, but gonna be doing a little trick at the end of the Colosseum, which gives a bit of a safety net for the other two, which is thank God that exists, or else this would be very, very risky to do in front.
Alright, chat, you've been watching for 2 hours and 10 minutes. This is where the run gets good. I'm kidding. The run was always good, but it's just like a little more exciting now because we're in 1 HP. The stakes are really high.
Yeah. Oh. What? Where's the other guy? I knew I missed one because it didn't double hit. That was really weird. Oh, okay. Now the stakes are real high. I'm also going to be doing a really cool technique called dash slash storage. You can store like nail arts basically. So I'm going to be storing a bunch of them to like basically prepare myself before the wave. We're having to charge up the nail arts like in the moment. It's pretty cool. Oh, my hand's a bit sweaty. Actually, I'm going to turn on my thingy. Need to be fast though. Mark, would you ever go for something like this in a 2-hour speedrun?
No.
Yeah, as you can see, I basically killed everything in like 1 hit. It's kind of the whole point of this.
And the crowd goes mild, because that's the first Colosseum. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Not done yet. I don't know this game well. Don't blame me.
We're about to finish Colo Londo. We just have this final little section here, which is the most dangerous section, I would say. If you make one mistake, it can snowball very badly into a death. And there's also like a 1% chance I die here because of like the worst possible spawn. Oh, that was close. Sometimes that one guy can charge right towards you. And he kind of did it there, but it wasn't a fast one. It was like a normal one, so it was pretty safe still. And then here is the little trick I'm going to be doing. When you pick up a charm notch while you're in Fury, it resets your health, which means you can actually take a hit while keeping the Fury state.
Oh.
Yeah, I could have explained this earlier in the run, but I wanted you to be proud because I knew you didn't know this existed. So, yeah. So Mitri can take 1 hit during the Colosseums and not die.
Wait, how much damage do you take from 1 like hit in the Colosseum? Like how? What
Just
would
regular
it?
double damage because you're
Okay.
overchumped. In my world record, I took damage by accident in the second Colosseum, and then I purposely took hits to go back down to 1 HP, but normally. So if I took one hit, it was over. But I risked it, and I basically did the entirety of Colosseum 3 hitless. Which is pretty cool. You have to focus up here. There's a bit of variance in this section. The enemy spawns. Ooh, that explosion saved my life. If I missed that guy and the explosion didn't kill him, he could have possibly let me take him damage. So I have to be careful here. You actually want to kill these guys. It actually it just progresses the waves faster if you just kill them rather than, because usually you have to wait for them to kill themselves, but you can just kill them yourself, which is faster than waiting for them to die.
Oh my god.
Here's a great hopper.
This looks really scary, but Hazelness is handling this very well. Love to see it.
I could do a cool walking sword here. Beep. What am I doing? I suddenly pressed Crystal Dash. This is our RNG, by the way, the Mimic Grub. Sometimes they can spawn in early or later. That was a late spawn, which loses about a second or two. So I lost 2 seconds for no reason, basically. So I had to wait. I almost walked into that guy. That was weird. Ooh, okay. It's okay, it's all good. Yeah, this is basically the scariest part, or the most dangerous part of this Colosseum. Just these guys.
Jesus.
Yeah, as you can see, that's why. They just completely surround you. And here's this boss is the worst. I'm gonna play safe here. There you go.
Okay.
That's Colosseum. There's a really risky strat I do sometimes where you can actually kill him before he even spits out, but for the marathon reasons, and I want to try my best to do Fury Color Free, I'm just going to wait for him to do the attack and then kill him. You can kill him before he even spits out that stuff, but it's very risky because sometimes he can just fly straight towards you and just take damage, and it's just so bad. Then here's Color Free. The hardest percentage in the game, basically.
Oh, by the way, Yokai said Colosseum 3 isn't required
I
for.
saw.
Oh. Is it different in dispatch or something?
What do you say?
Is it different in dispatch or something?
Not really. They're about the same on every patch, Colosseum 3. No, they didn't add any extra waves or anything, so it's all the same basically. It's just on latest patch there's just less lag or something like that. Basically, because the game is more optimized. Then here comes basically gambling section.
Gambling.
Yeah, you see these frogs again. Remember these guys?
Yep.
In Queen's Gardens. Yeah, you basically have to find an entire horde of them right here.
Fun. Scary.
Oh wow.
Marathon lock kicking in clutch.
Also, what was my time estimate?
Oh, 3 hours.
You put 3 hours? That's generous.
Well, you asked for it, I think.
I think I said, dude, because usually my IGT is about 240, 230.
Better to go
I would have
overboard
said
than
250 would
underboard.
be a good time. So this was pretty cool, right?
Damn.
Damn.
Hey, the soul guys.
Yeah. Oh, hit that double hit. Nice. And the soul guys are back from Soul Sanctum. And they are much stronger now. Ooh, oh, wow. Okay. That was close. I almost fell to the spikes. Ah, why is this being annoying? God damn it. Ooh, that guy almost hit me. Hey, look, I survived first part of Call of 3.
Yeah.
Now here comes the end part of Call of 3. This is like basically the hardest part right here. It's like you have to do this place. This is also called flawless because there's no floor you can stand on. You have to wall jump the entire time. A bunch of enemies spawn. It's pretty difficult, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, fuck. Sorry. That was really cool. That happened in practice as well. Okay, I have to do normal Call of 2 now.
Dang. Also Fury. Oh god.
Wait, I'm gonna die. What the hell? Wait, how did I do so much damage? Okay.
Oh no.
Did I go down to 1 HP on purpose?
Risky for the biscuit!
Oh, no!
Oh
I have
god.
to be careful now. Dude, this RNG is terrible!
No!
Have you seen that?
Yeah. That's
I have to bite the bullet. I have to do normal Colosseums now.
dang.
I kind of forgot how to do normal Colosseums. I knew this was like close to happening. Okay, I have to do normal Colosseums now.
That's my first big mistake of the run, and we're 2 hours and 21 minutes in.
Yeah. Okay, maybe the time estimate 3 hours was smart. At least you get to see 2 versions of Pablo.
Yeah.
This involves more doing more cyclones, I guess. And since you have Spell Twister, you can actually cast much more spells than in Fury. So you can actually just like chase so much more. Get down. That's fine. Hey. Oh, if frogs were just much nicer to me, if they just didn't corner me there, it would have been much more doable. What the hell? Have you seen that? They were all together like that. These enemies, man. Oh my god, these enemies annoy me so much. Why do they exist? They can be so good, but so bad at the same time. A freaking curse. This game. Oh wait, you're not meant to do that. You're meant to like hit him like that and then do that. Because you need soul for this section. I kind of forgot to do this with regular. That works, I guess.
Alright.
The problem with like me like doing Fury is that it's kind of hard to remember some of the ways without Fury.
The frogs hate
Oh yeah, that guy
charity.
doesn't die. Like that. Oh, I can't kill him in one hit. Oh, Like, you see that? That's the difference between Fury right there. You have to hit him 3 extra times.
Dang.
You basically have to use Street Soul. Oh, the other guy's being annoying. Sometimes he can just spawn very late and you lose a bunch of time. Oh wait, they don't die in 1 hit. Forgot. You have to do this like weird descending dark type thing. Oh, or do that. That works. That's fine. Nice thing about like non-Fury colors is you can heal all the way back to 4 for the hard section basically. By Dream Nail on these guys. And that Fury color went really well, to be honest. It's just that final section really just destroyed me. Which makes sense, it's the hardest section. Anyways, here is the ending here. I have to remember. I hate these. These are like probably my least favorite enemies, these ones. Like, they're just so awkward to kill.
Yeah, I can tell.
They have such a bouncy hitbox. And then they're just... I just have to do that, honestly. I don't know why Floors is giving me so much trouble. I don't know. Fine, I have health on my side. Oh, no, I don't. Just spawned right in front of my face. Oh my god, can they stop spawning everywhere? Why did they keep doing this again? I've never seen such... Stop, die, please. Oh my god. They're ruthless today, man. He just will not die. Usually they just die, like they just bounce into the spikes or something. Okay, and that's Colo free. You just have to do the final boss, which is very easy. It's so weird. It's like the frogs at the beginning of Colo free were very nice, and then the complete opposite happened for the other part. The ending.
Yeah. Unfortunate. What happens?
Also, these rolls are completely RNG, and each roll loses about a couple seconds.
Oh, wow.
That was a good fight, though. Anyways, that's Colo free.
Wait, I'll be right back.
That's actually another really convenient time because we're just gonna go upgrade a nail now, which is really boring. You just have to go through City of Tears again. And yeah, that's Colo free.
Sorry about that, I'm back.
Alright, all good. And if you're just gonna get a nail upgrade here, the pure nail. I mean, we're finally like to like the closing part of the run. This is like true end game basically now. This is like kind of like the infamous like cutoff where you're kind of not worried about saving time anymore. You're just worried about clutching the run.
I
Such a long
see.
run. This is where you kind of just like hope you just don't choke anywhere badly. It's very common to just choke really badly in like Palace or die up to the DLC boss and TG or something like that.
Velmi Artrit. Velmi Artrit.
So you're just selling these relics.
Kachael.
I haven't checked my timer yet. I wonder what time this would be. Even though I had like a 5-minute death, it would probably be like 2:23 or something.
What's second place? 221?
Second place is low 221. And we're going to go back to the nailsmith.
Oh.
Hey. My jump just didn't go very well.
Oh, by the way, I know we're not that close to the finish
Oh my
yet.
god.
I know we're not that close to the finish yet, but when the run is about to end, you say time, and I want to stop the timer.
Oh. No, the ending should be very anticlimactic, I guess. Like there's like you have to fight like 3 bosses at the end of the run, basically. And they're
Mhm.
all like end game bosses. They're pretty cool. Radiance, Nightmare King, Grim, Hollow Knight.
That's a lot of
Wait, no, you don't
charms.
put on full. Yeah. It's kind of cool seeing all the charms.
Yeah.
Collecting all of them. Here's the bench.
It's all of health.
Yeah, we need the health to unlock a specific charm. We need 50. We need to keep 15 health to open up the specific gate in this section or this area of the game. But before that, we're gonna collect the final vessel fragment. Do you remember this one?
Maybe? Maybe I'll remember when I see it. Oh yeah, I do
This is the
remember.
way you have to like dump like 3,000 year into the lake.
No way, it's the name of the game.
I did. One, two, three. Damn, I timed it too early. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
What was that counting doing?
It's to count the setup for the gate. Since we couldn't take any damage, we have to keep the 15 health, so we wait till it hits around 12 or 13, then we purposely take the damage. So it still counts all of our 15 masks, but we do the damage to 1 teleport at the top. And altogether it just lines up very well with the gate and doing the crystal dash.
Hmm.
It also allows us to unlock birthplace like without watching the animation again. Which is why we went down there in the first place. Oops, I accidentally hit that. And we're going to be getting the final upgraded spell, which is Abyss Shriek. Right here. Wow, we're so close to being done, chap.
How much do you think it will be? How much do you think like it will take approximately? Longer. Towards
10, no, like 15 minutes?
15
4
minutes?
minutes?
Okay.
Yeah.
So like it will end like a 246. If everything
Yeah,
goes
something
well.
like that. Yeah,
so
but there's a
far.
reason why we went to collect the Abyss Shriek early, is we're going to be doing a really cool like palace skip. Where you're going to pogo our Abyss Shriek, and you're going to skip like a couple of long rooms at my palace. Saves about half a minute.
I was going to say, this one has been amazing already. So far. And yeah, this is what GoFF is all about, just having fun and charity. Mostly having fun, honestly.
Yeah. Here's my palace, the hardest platforming section of the game.
I remember this section. It's totally legit.
Yeah.
Didn't they install the helmet demon one just fly on?
Yeah, I think you did. I think I told you to go through a few sections first to like see some cool little secrets in my palace.
Yeah.
Should I showcase one of those cool secret areas?
Yeah,
In
sure.
my palace?
That would have been a nice incentive, but I mean, we would have reached it already, I feel like, anyway.
Yeah. I'll do it. It's a cool area. I don't think many people even know about this area, honestly. I kind of don't even know how to get there, honestly. I have to figure it out, but I'll try for you. Yeah, it's very... You have to do like a weird ball. You'll see when I get there. It's like right at the end of White Palace.
Alright, we'll see if Chad knows, like, what it's about, like, if the existence of the room.
Bit of a high C dash. Huge. That was close. One, 2, 3, 4. Ceiling boost. Damn it. Oh, that was like, honestly, like a really clean white palace until just that one miss. Okay. Cool walking switch.
Yippee!
I overshot it a bit. Here's the skip. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There you go. That's shorter. Let's just hit the level straight away. Oh, Yokai knows about the slug skip?
What is that?
Oh my god. It's like a meme that like a popular streamer made where they would put on Shape of Run to do this really like... Damn it, I was complaining about memes. Okay. So basically there's this charm called Shape of Run that we got pretty early in the run. And it allows us to like change into like the slug form, and you can actually do that to squeeze through one of the saw blades in one room. Skipping having to go around it. It saves no time, and one streamer just did it for the bit, basically.
Dang.
And popularized it, and everybody hates it now. Gonna go for a choppy cycle here. Yeah, that's my palace basically. Honestly, pretty clean.
Very easy.
Besides that, this is like meant to be like the hardest platforming section.
Yeah.
Besides like Path of Pain, which isn't a percent. It's an optional thing you can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the secret room is somewhere here. I think it's here. Yeah, it's right here. And it's a cool little section here, as you can see. Some pretty cool like lore stuff here. It's like cool little room here. Forgot how you leave this section. You just see that through here. Yeah. And then this spawns you right back here.
Oh. So, Chad, did you know about that room? Oh, Yokai knows.
Damn. Also, I did a bit of a swag skip there. See, that skip stays like almost no time, maybe like a second.
Oh.
And it's like really difficult to do, but I just did it because the time doesn't matter and it looks kind of cool. And yeah, that's White Palace. One, 2, 3. Then we finally unlocked the King Soul.
Nice.
Right here.
Oh, yeah, the Chinese actually was able to read some of it. It was like the first letter I could read because it means king, and really funny. That Chinese character is meant to represent a king like playing with like a marble, which doesn't make sense, but it's Chinese.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, kind of all makes sense because like the enemies are like marble shaped or whatever. It's kind of cool. And so you're gonna go and get the true ending. You have to upgrade our King Soul Charm, which means we have to go down here and drill a black egg. Right here. This is pretty cool. You can do like this. You kind of have to do like this really big climb. You have to climb like all the way at the top of this like huge area, like in the dark instead. It's pretty cool. I think going to that place lost me like about a minute in time, but it was worth showcasing. Chat. And here we have to like wiggle out, and here's the climb.
Oh.
No! Okay, I can do a fresh start, it's okay. I missed my jump input. I think it's probably the hardest part, honestly.
Little lag, but it's fine.
And that's the climb.
Who's that?
That's some lore stuff, I don't know. The Pale King, I think his name is. I don't really know, honestly. It's weird, like, I speedrun this game, but I don't really know that much about the lore.
Yeah, you've told me that before that you don't know much.
Yeah. It just exists, okay?
Hmm.
It makes sense somehow in this world. Anyways, now for the finale.
Yoka actually says that's the Hollow Knight. Hmm.
No, no. I'll trust Yokai more than myself, though. Also, Mark, you have to remind me, there's this one charm that's so easy to forget. It's like the first charm like people usually get in this game. It's called the
Oh.
Wayward Compass. It's like the most beginner noob charm ever.
Yeah.
And it's the last charm you collect in this entire run, which is pretty funny. But it's so easy to forget. So just remind me
When
to
do I
do it.
remind you?
It's like right after the boss,
Gotcha.
basically. Now, I think if I didn't have that death in Hollow 3, I would have maybe gone a sub 240.
Hmm.
Barely. What's my timer at?
239.38.
Yeah. Would have probably gotten a sub 240. Also, if you're doing this cool thing called optimization, you can actually save time by doing a menu in a specific way.
Hmm.
So if you buy this vessel fragment, specifically this vessel fragment last, you just save time. It's weird.
They call it shop optimization, did you say?
Yeah, it's called optimization
It's a funny name.
because you optimize your bind. The music is pretty cool for this fight as well.
Oh, bit of lag.
Always lag in this freaking boss, man.
Okay, we're fine.
That's fine-ish. I played a bit risky there. You might go straight to another balloon. Oh, straight to a stagger, interesting. Then I think straight to another balloon? Yeah, straight to another balloon, okay. I'm trying to do here called a balloon skip. Pretty difficult. It's a similar thing with the first one. Okay. 1, 2, okay. No, I missed it. He gave me an annoying attack. God damn it. If I got like the pillars attack, I would have easily gotten it there. Oh my god, he's doing the annoying attack, but you cannot damage him. I should die there, yeah.
Wayward Compass.
Maybe with compass. Okay. That is the DLC boss.
Nice.
Nightmare Kingdom.
Finish run as reward. Very cool, very swag. I like it.
Yes.
Sorry.
Spirit compass is right here. Solved by this person. Yeah, that's it. We basically have 106%.
Nice.
At least I hope so.
Now we're going to Radiance?
Should I bench?
Yeah,
You
go
have to
ahead.
do the holiday first and then Radiance.
Oh, okay.
Should I bench or should I do the... I'm gonna bench, why not?
Yeah, bench. Please bench.
Alright, I will, chat. It's gonna be the fastest 105% run.
Oh, bench.
Oh, I moved my mouse by accident. Oh, it's too late. Surely I won't die, right?
Foreshadowing?
If I die, this is gonna be so funny. You're good. It's okay. Oh my god, he almost spawned on top of me. Have you seen that shit?
Hey, Horn is starting to get good.
Haha.
Ha ha ha. Alright, don't die on the climb.
I'm never dying. I'm never dying on climb.
The second Chinese letter actually reads light, by the way. Another fun Chinese fun fact.
Wow, what a difficult boss, chat. Wow.
Here comes the sun.
Here's the second stage of the boss.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Keeping it close.
GG.
GG. Wait, when's time?
When the screen goes black.
Gotcha. Just tell me time.
Okay. And time.
Time. 2:45:28. Impressive first run of GoFF. GG's.
If I didn't die, I would have been 3 minutes off of my world record if I did not die.
That
one section.
That'd be crazy. But yeah, that's Hollow Knight 106. True ending.
Wait, I want to check my endgame time.
Gotcha.
Endgame time is 2:25.
2:25. Yeah, 20 minutes faster than the RTA.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get a bit of an ending cinematic here. But yeah, Hazelness, do you want to say anything before we wrap it up? Or do anything before we wrap it up?
I'm not sure. I don't know. That's all I wanted to do, really. I just wanted to finish a 106% run.
Alright, yeah, GG's. Alright, then would that be all? Nothing more?
There's one thing. We have to see the credits if it says 106%. Basically.
Ah, gotcha.
That's about it. It's actually a requirement if you want to submit a run for this category. You have to show the percentage at the end. You have to watch the credits of the run of the game.
How long is the credits? Because I'm gonna go to the bathroom a second time, actually.
Alright.
Hazelness?
Yeah.
How long is the credits?
What do you say?
How long is the credits?
Like 2 minutes, 3
Oh,
minutes.
yeah, let me go to the bathroom again.
Yeah, sounds good.
Be right back.
Alright, moment of truth. 106%. And Steel Soul unlocked. I guess I'll just wait for Mark to come back, since I finished my run 15 minutes earlier than intended.
Hello, I'm back. Did we get 106%?
Yeah, we did.
Nice. Alright, then will that be it? Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, that'll be it for the run.
Nice. Alright, thank you so much, Richard, for joining this event. We had you in the previous 2 years, and your performance was exceptional as well. This year. But yeah, thank you so much for running for us.
Yeah, no problem. It was fun to play this game again.
Yeah, and I'll
Cool.
see you hopefully in the stream.
Yeah, I'll probably be watching. Okay, bye. See ya.
Bye.